Japan and South Korea. Sung Kim urged North Korea to respond positively to what he said were multiple offers from the Biden administration to hold talks. Japan called the new missile a serious threat to the region. Dave?
Simon, California voters will decide today whether to keep or fire Governor Gavin Newsom, a Democrat.
Gavin Newsom has had the courage to lead. Stand up for science.
President Biden rallied for the Democrat last night. Larry Elders, the leading GOP candidate.
None of these surrogates coming from outside California have uttered the following words: Gavin Newsom has done a good job for the people of California.
America's listening to Fox News.
Getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Tuesday morning. Crash-free start across Southwest Florida right now. We're not seeing any problems on either of our main highways, 41 and 75. Everything running up to speed out there. If you're getting ready to cross over State Road 82 and Daniels Parkway, an earlier crash still causing just a little bit of a slowdown, but it looks like for the most part everything is cleared up out there. No problems on Alligator Alley if you're getting ready to take a ride toward the East Coast this morning. The East Trail also looking nice and quiet. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. Well, after a drier start to the day, look for a few showers and storms possible by late this morning into early this afternoon, but the main chance won't come until after 2 p.m., where scattered thunderstorm chances will continue on into early this evening. Look out for periods of heavy rain and frequent lightning as highs top up near 92 degrees for today. Wednesday, similar setup with another dry start to the day. Storms mainly for the afternoon with the high of 91 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
True relief for back and neck pain. Did you play golf or tennis today and wish that you didn't have to deal with the back or neck pain? Do you feel hesitant to swing all the way through or run across the court because of pain? People just assume they have to live with it or just get epidurals. They are wrong. People look at it from the wrong perspective. Most people only think about treating the symptoms and not the cause. At Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, we treat the cause using non-surgical spinal decompression. Now available for anyone, not just the injured or professional athletes. Spinal decompression is a safe, non-surgical treatment that takes pressure off the nerves and discs, increasing blood circulation, allowing the back to heal. Safe, long-lasting results for sciatica, stenosis, scoliosis, herniated discs, or even failed back surgery. Don't suffer. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
I'm Harvey Massey. Think about this for a moment. Pest control involves applying pesticides inside your home, whether needed or not. At Massey Services, we just don't do that. We prevent pests from getting inside your home so we won't have to control them later. Why settle for pest control when you can trust Massey's pest prevention? It's guaranteed or your money back. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
Introducing the FPL Energy Manager, a new way to take control of your energy use and your bill. You can monitor and
all the things that could be happening in your life. You're weaving, you're tossing, and you're turning, and you're doing all these things. I'm going to give you a little bit of advice. This is for you, Jake, and maybe for others that are out there. It's a good life lesson. Are you ready for this? If somebody asks you how you're doing, don't start going through your medical history. Don't start saying things like, my hearing's not going very well. I got a pain in my back. Because they can't help you unless they're a doctor and they can lay you down on a table right there, maybe the kitchen table, and do something. Other than that, it's not even. It's so a good life lesson. Somebody asks you how you're doing, you're good.
Don't disclose medical information.
Yeah, unless, of course, it's vaccines. If it's vaccine information and somebody asks you, are you vaccinated, then, you're kind of obligated, right? Isn't that how it works today?
No.
No, it doesn't. And so there's more news on that. There's more news on mask mandates or non-mask mandates. So the school district of Lee County now is going to hey, parents, you get to choose. You can opt out whether or not you want your child to wear a mask in schools. That's right. We're going back to that. And I guess that school employees will still be required to wear masks through the end of the month. And they're going to bring this up again. But apparently, the superintendent, Ken Savage, has confirmed the opt-out option. And it's going to be reissued, which is very nice, considering that stay got put in place by the First District Court of Appeals here in the state. The governor talked about it, and he's like, listen, we're going to win this thing on appeal. I'm telling you, don't you worry about it. And he's been right. And so, yes, starting today, that is going to be happening, I guess. So we're going to find out more about this. Representative Spencer Roach here, State Representative Spencer Roach, is going to join us later on because he was somebody who was very vocal just a couple of days ago about the interim superintendent and being able to reverse this, to not keep a mask mandate in place. And like I said, very vocal about it. And so he will be very vocal on this program coming up this morning. We'll have that discussion, among other things, because there's a lot going on here in the state. And how many times have we said this and how critical it is? Local, local, local. We've got to keep an eye on everything that's happening here, whether it is on the school board, whether it's city councils or county commissioners, state representatives. And believe it or not, we are only, a week away? Is it next? I think it's next week from committee in Tallahassee, where we start to talk about what may be presented at this upcoming session, which is starting early this year. It's starting in January, early in January. So we're already getting close to that time in Tallahassee where we're going to be talking about what's next in a very busy 2022 season, obviously with the governor's race, and then all the other things that go along with it. On an off year, you don't get a lot of the heavy hitting. Typically, you don't get a lot of the heavy hitting legislation out of Tallahassee. Last session, we kind of did. This one, whoo. Well, maybe I should rephrase that. We will get a lot of politics and decisions, but now it remains to be seen whether it will be kind of a safe run for the governor and the legislature in a 2022 election season for everyone, pretty much, and whether it's going to be kind of, playing it safe, or whether it's going to be bold, whether we will be able to present certain things that many families want, like I've talked about cameras in schools and microphones in classrooms. I know the cameras in schools already exist. I'm talking about cameras in classrooms, microphones in classrooms. I want to know and I want to hear what's going on with teachers. I mean, they're public employees. We should be able to hear what's going on. The privacy issues. Well, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about it. There's precedent out there. There's laws that we'll talk about it. We'll see. I mean, listen, you want to go there? We'll have that conversation coming up. Yeah, I'm not giving up on them. Jake has convinced me that I can't give up on the cameras and microphones in classrooms. He likes that idea. As long as it's not in his house or anything like that, or his car.
Which both, except for my car, have cameras.
Well, let's be honest. There's somebody always listening, right? I mean, if we're really going to be honest right now, I'm pretty confident that somebody's listening to Jake's conversations. Now, whether or not anybody cares necessarily about what Jake is talking about, and as it's being collected, that's a whole other story. Is that what you're convinced of that?
I did have my webcam flash the other day while I was sitting at my computer.
Really?
Yeah. Turned green for a second as if it turned on, and then I went and checked my app data, and there, of course, was a capture. And then I found some weird things on my computer.
Really? Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that.
I'm very cautious, too. Don't know how it got there.
Okay. See? That's what happens when you play Ultimate War of the Worlds Part 7 in a pickup truck on a Saturday. That's the name of the game. It's not playing video games. All right, 239-479-5592. I'm not here to confuse you. We have to get to some of the other issues that are going on. We'll dig more into the Lee County Schools plan to have the opt-out back. Parents' rights and all that kind of stuff. But we are certainly, again, I can't emphasize this enough. We've got a crisis of trust going on, everybody. We have a crisis of trust that has been happening for far too long. We have a crisis of trust that shows up in front of our face just about every day with this administration, just about every day with the politics that are going on, whether it's politics of the vid, politics of this administration in Afghanistan, politics of $5.5 trillion worth of spending and what's in it and what are we doing and what is infrastructure and human infrastructure and diapers are now infrastructure and, it's the infrastructure of a child. But you understand. So we have a crisis of trust. Nobody's there. Tell me. I don't know. Give me maybe, well, I don't know. I might even ask you now, 239-479-5592, or maybe you want to text. You don't even have to call if you don't want to. Who do you trust right now? Anybody in this administration you trust? Anybody in academia necessarily that you trust? Anybody in the media that you trust? Anybody that has to do with Afghanistan, you trust? Anybody in the upper echelons of the military, do you trust? Listen, I don't like saying this, but let's be honest. There's a crisis of trust going on. Here we have Secretary of State Antony Blinken getting just lit up yesterday over Afghanistan. Congress just going right at him. And all you want are answers to the questions that everybody has. Unfortunately, we already know the answers, and we have a Secretary of State that's not going to answer the questions. And some of it is theater. It's ridiculous. Right out of the gate, fundamental questions being asked like, why is it that you have congressmen that are sitting there in a room for this hearing in D.C., and he's not in the room with them? Why was he not there?
Mr. Blinken, assuming it's not classified, can you tell us where you are today?
Yes, I'm at the State Department.
Oh, couldn't be bothered to come down here and see Congress. All right, that's great. Hey,
sir, excuse me, sir. My understanding is that the House is not in session, and that's why the session is.
I'm right here, Secretary. Says the chairman. Says the ranking member.
They're in the room. They're in the room, and somehow, and some reason why, Secretary of State Blinken has to be outside of the room. He has to be at the State Department. He can't be there at the moment. Why? Everybody else is there. Why can't he be there? Well, not everybody is, because there's some that just have to play this game, that just continue to play this optics game like we're in a pandemic and we can't get together and we can't get in the same room, unless, of course, you're at the Met Gala in New York City where you have AOC showing up and attacks the rich guest. No, I'm serious. She shows up at a Met Gala event in New York City wearing a tax the rich dress, and it's $30,000 a ticket to get into this event. Like, are you kidding? And the chairman there was protecting Secretary Blinken by saying,
Secretary has done no wrong. It was an option, and I made it as an option as I've done with every member.
Made it an option. So it's an option to be there, so he decided not to. Why? Because of the optics. Because they want everybody to think that, this is the dangerous times, perilous times. We've got, dramatic music. we're going to just add it all together. We've got to make it seem like that's right, and he's got to be holed up in this area because what? Yeah, the whole pandemic issue. But of course, others out and about, even photos that have come out now after the 9/11 memorial ceremony in New York City, where on camera everybody's wearing a mask, off camera nobody's wearing a mask. Odd. But that's how it works. Again, this crisis of trust. What are we doing? Is it a situation right now where it is a pandemic, a crisis? Or is it not? All right, so then you actually get to some of the meat, the questions, the serious questions about those that have been left behind in Afghanistan, the SIVs. And
how many Afghans not meeting the qualifications of SIV have been brought to the United States? Prior to, I want to know how many Afghan citizens came to the United States that had not met the qualifications for special immigrant visa?
We're in the process of
No. How
going
many?
through.
How many? How many did you bring? You were just at Dulles. How many did you bring?
We will have, by the end of the month, we will have brought a total of approximately 60,000
that have not met the SIV process.
Some of those will have been through the SIV process. All of them, regardless of SIV status, will have gone through rigorous security checks. First at the transit
It'd be
points
nice
outside
if
of the United States,
it'd be nice
and
if
then
that was done
in the United
before we
States.
brought these people to the United States of America.
60,000 people at Dulles right now. 60,000 people who have not passed through the special immigrant visa, the SIV process. 60,000 people? How is it that they haven't been vetted? The vetting process. Oh, it's no. Listen, you don't have to worry about anything. No crisis of trust here. You can believe everything. Oh, we're going to be very rigorous. We're going to make sure you don't have to worry about a thing. Kind of the way that this administration is rigorous when it comes to checking our southern border and making sure that we don't have any issues along the southern border with regard to people coming into the country and how they are getting into the country and whether or not they are crossing illegally. And once they get here, whether or not they're vaccinated and whether or not, there's a crisis of trust. And these are not acceptable answers. I mean, it doesn't get any better. I should put it this way. I mean, maybe it could be worse. I mean, certainly you're not going to have a situation where there would be some kind of blame Trump situation here at this hearing. It wouldn't be like that. It's
breaking news.
A bombshell.
Oh, wait, this just in. Actually, there was a moment in time when Democrat Brad Sherman wanted to make sure that everybody knew it's Trump's fault, everybody.
Evacuate. Did we have a plan to get Americans from all over Afghanistan to Kabul and out in an orderly way? How meticulous was the planning for the Trump administration declared May 1st withdrawal?
Thank you, Congressman. We inherited a deadline. We did not inherit a plan.
So no plan at all. It's amazing.
Yeah, okay, let me just stop. No plan. That's right. They inherited all of this, but they didn't have any kind of plan. The Trump administration had no plan for this. You believe him? No, seriously, I'm asking that question honestly. Do you believe him? Nobody believes, well, I shouldn't say nobody. Democrats certainly believe him because Democrats are going to make this all about politics and make it about Trump. They're not going to let Joe Biden and this administration take responsibility for the debacle, for the horrific situation that has taken place as we speak in Afghanistan. They won't do it. They'll pass it on to Trump. They'll find any way to pass it on to former President Trump. But do you believe him? There's a lot of things that you're going to hear today on this program, and maybe even throughout the day, where people are saying things and nobody's questioning the numbers. Not one single person is questioning the numbers. There was a news story out of, I believe it was Oklahoma. Was it Oklahoma? I want to see if I have this right. Jake could probably look it up as I'm talking about it. There was a story, I think it was out of the AP, Oklahoma, that was talking about how there was an individual who had a heart attack and died, went to 43 different hospitals and couldn't find, and look this up, Jake, 43 different hospitals. I believe it was a heart patient that died, went to 43 different hospitals because all the ICUs were filled with COVID patients. And this person passed away because they couldn't find a hospital. Every single one of them, 43 hospitals, turned them away. You see that story?
Alabama, man.
Alabama.
74th. 3 days before his 74th birthday.
43? Was it 43 hospitals turned him away?
43. That's the number.
Can we see the hospitals? Can you give us all the information that you have that would show and prove that 43 hospitals? I mean, do you honestly believe that? Now, I'm not minimizing the story. It's horrible that anybody, even once, would be turned away from an ICU because the ICU is filled and there's no possible way that a hospital can take them in. But many questions have to be asked. Why are we just to dismiss that and say, you know what, that's just the way it is. It's reported on, and that is it. End all, be all. Number one, would that happen? Would a hospital necessarily turn away a heart patient, not find any place at all, or find some place to bring them in? And then the second part of it is, are you telling me that honestly, 43, not 10, not 20, not 30, but 43 hospitals turned him down and said, we can't do it? Can we see that? Forgive me for having a crisis of trust with the media, but I'm not buying it. And I could be completely off base, and I could be wrong, and I will come on this program tomorrow, and I will tell you right to your face that I was wrong, and I should have looked into it further. But forgive me if there's a crisis of trust with the media that I don't believe you. I don't believe that 43 hospitals said, we don't have enough room, and not only that, we won't take him. But we're just supposed to trust what he says. When Antony Blinken tells you that the Trump administration, they had absolutely no plan. Really? Is that true? Because they also had a deal with the Taliban that in it had certain restrictions, certain things that had to take place within that deal with the Taliban. And they were already breaking the deal when Joe Biden came into office. It would have been very easy to pull away from that deal, as the former president would have done, and said, sorry, we're not doing it. We'll get out, but on our time. Again, there's a crisis of trust. When Antony Blinken says something, do you believe it? When Joe Biden, as president of the United States, says something, do you believe it? It shouldn't be this way. We should be able to see a story like the person who passed away due to not being able to get into a hospital because of ICU rooms being overrun by COVID patients, and be able to trust that story. But we can't. We just can't. And it's not good. 239-479-5592. Listen, we'll talk more about what Antony Blinken said and didn't say. We'll talk more about what Joe Biden was lying about once again. And forgive me if I'm laughing, because partially it's a lie, and partially it's just him forgetting about certain things. It's
we choose truth over facts.
I don't know why. Okay. Stay break 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
This Fox Business Report is presented by Island Air. High-quality AC repair and installation. Online at islandairfl.com. Online at islandairefl.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
You recall the toilet paper shortage at the beginning of the pandemic. Now there's a printer paper shortage. Sources tell the New York Post suppliers are telling businesses and consumers to wait weeks or longer for paper. A watchdog group blames the world's most infamous hacker-for-hire firm for the first known zero-click exploit of an iPhone, meaning hacking the phone without any user interaction. Researchers from the University of Toronto's Citizen Lab accuse NSO Group of the hack. No comment from NSO. Apple's released an emergency patch for the problem. House Democrats unveiled details of a tax plan that would raise some corporate taxes to 26.5%. And a mixed day on Wall Street. The Dow rose 262 points. The Nasdaq fell 10. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report. Invested in you.
Hey, it's Drew Steele talking about my friends at AMCO of Bonita Springs, 992-2626. It's 992-2626. Whatever is going on with your vehicle, they will fix it and fix it right. They are a great conservative business. And I can tell you they have a great local reputation for doing good work. And they also have an awesome customer base. It's been established over the past 13 years. So give them a call at 239-992-2626 so you can arrange to meet with them. Let them know you heard about it right here on 92.5 Fox News and Drew Steele. By the way, talk about great conservatives. They've built the American Spirit Movement, a place where conservative consumers and businesses can connect in 5 critical areas. You know, you've got your vote, but you also have your wallet, the cash register, supporting conservative businesses. So go to the American Spirit Marketplace. You can keep conservative dollars in conservative pockets. Block by block, city by city, states by state. We're going to build this up. Go to the American Spirit Movement website at americanspiritmovement.com. It's more than a conservative movement. It's a conservative awakening.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Dan Martineau from D.R. Martineau Roofing. For 30 years, we have been offering the best warranties in the industry. Remember, D.R. Martineau Roofing. Integrity, knowledge, service. Just Google DRM Roofing.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
They helped weave the fabric of our very existence and served our country with distinction. They are America's veterans. We honor their commitment, their service, and their patriotism.
Harvey Engelhardt offers the chance to honor those military heroes who have served honorably and passed away with the military funeral and interment at any national cemetery, including Arlington National Cemetery in Virginia. We'll see you through from the beginning to the end of a military funeral. Did you know that all veterans are entitled to a free space at a national cemetery? That includes a free grave liner, free marker, free preparation and closing of the grave. This can represent thousands of dollars in savings to the spouse or family of a veteran. The service will include the burial flag and honor guard, and in some cases, transportation reimbursement. Harvey Engelhardt can help you pre-plan now to ensure that your wishes are met and your family doesn't have to worry about the expenses and details when the time comes. Call us at 239-936-2177. We're here to help.
Check this out, Southwest Florida. We're happy to announce you can still get the original MSRP for your trade-in, but only at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, regardless of brand or where you bought it, Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Yes, that means whatever your car was worth when it was new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only here at Naples Nissan. We've got hundreds of new and like-new low-mileage pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Now is the time for you to make that upgrade. To get full details on how you can get the full original base MSRP for your trade-in, come see us at Naples Nissan here on Pine Ridge Road or visit naplesnissan.com today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
You finally reached your savings goal, but even while you're celebrating, questions start to pop up. How much will you really spend in retirement? What about the impact of taxes? Because, changes are coming. At Annex Wealth Management, we understand the uncertainty you're feeling. You're not alone. A recent study shows that more than 1/3 of retirees underestimated how much they'd spend. Then there's the impact of rising healthcare costs. There's so many parts to a well-crafted investment and retirement plan that includes tax and estate planning. You're smart enough to know you don't have all the answers. That also means you're smart enough to know where to get help. Now is the time to act, and there's a partner ready to roll up sleeves and get to work on your behalf. The team at Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen, review what you've got with our complimentary portfolio review, and put a plan in place for you and your family. Visit AnnexWealth.com and click the Get Started button. Know the difference with a fee-only fiduciary on your side. One team, one plan, one fee. AnnexWealth.com.
Wink News, traffic.
The roads are pretty quiet early on this morning. Not seeing any problems up and down I-75. Definitely starting to see some volume build, though, around the Daniels Parkway, Colonial Boulevard corridor in Lee County and close to Immokalee Road near the Lee-Collier County line along 75. A little bit busy out there as well if you're crossing in and out of Gateway and Lehigh Acres along Daniels and State Road 82. Not too bad right now on the area bridges, about 2 to 3 minutes in each direction on the midpoint. The Cape Coral Bridge and the Caloosahatchee and Edison in and out of downtown Fort Myers. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea, Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. Well, after a drier start to the day, look for a few showers and storms possible by late this morning into early this afternoon, but the main chance won't come until after 2 p.m., where scattered thunderstorm chances will continue on into early this evening. Look out for periods of heavy rain and frequent lightning as highs top up near 92 degrees for today. Wednesday, similar setup with another dry start to the day. Storms mainly for the afternoon with a high of 91 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Lasting joint pain relief without surgery, without drugs, without downtime. It's here now. Regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics. Biologic therapies. This is the most exciting medical development in years, and it's now available here. Hey, it's Drew Steele here to tell you about these remarkable regenerative treatments that encourage your own body to help heal the damaged tissue in your joints. If you've been struggling with knee, back, shoulder, or hip pain, arthritis pain of any kind, you need to check out the exciting natural alternative that can get your life back. Restorative biologic therapies go to work healing the source of the pain and provide long-lasting results. Think about it. Treatments for chronic joint pain with no drugs, no steroids, no downtime, and no surgery. Call now for a free consultation and learn more about the regenerative options available to help you get pain-free. QC Kinetics. Call now. 239-893-PAIN. 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN.
When you need a new roof, it pays to deal with the best. King Roofing has built their business on a solid foundation of honest appraisals, fair pricing, and the finest workmanship. Your insurance may be paying the bills, but you'll live with your choice of roofer for years, even decades to come. Choose Roofing Royalty, and you'll never regret it. In Southwest Florida, there's only one King. Call King Roofing today.
Every castle deserves a king. Tune in on Sunday mornings, Fox News 92.5, Dr. Amy Robbins and Maximize Living Radio. I'm going to be going over topics like leaky gut, weight loss resistance, how to fix your chronic aches and pains, how to deal with all of those things in a natural way, how to sleep better. So there's a different topic every single week that we're going to be covering. Tune in and get the help that you need.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. I've been told once that I'm the most credentialed mold investigator in South Florida, which kind of makes me a nerd in this business. When your air conditioning guy is talking to you about mold, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just trying to sell you a solution that probably won't work. When you hear about ultraviolet lights and the duct cleaning, you're listening to somebody who has no idea how to solve a mold problem. If you want real answers and real solutions, give me a call at 239-482-1542 because I'm actually an expert and have the training and credentials to back it up. I won't sell snake oil solutions, and I'll tell you the truth. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in this business since 1949. Locally owned and operated.
For eligible individuals 18 or older only. Not available in Oregon or West Virginia. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With hearing aids from Lively, everything is done remotely in the comfort of your home, from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better.
With Lively, you get premium Bluetooth-enabled hearing aids at thousands less than you'd might expect. The best hearing aid technology is now affordable and convenient. Your hearing aids are sent right to your door. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week. No charge.
Ah, you people at Lively are wonderful.
With Lively hearing aids, you get free shipping, 3 years of follow-up care included free, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage. You can't lose.
I hear better than I ever thought possible.
Now get $100 off your hearing aids when you go to listenlively.com/radio. That's listenlively.com/radio. listenlively.com/radio.
Hi, I'm Keith, the owner of Storm Shield Windows and Doors in North Fort Myers. And when it comes to hurricane windows and doors, you have 2 choices, Storm Shield and all the rest. Here's what our client Lauren had to say.
Our windows made a difference in terms of how our house looked. So it looked 30 years old with our old windows. And now that we have our new Storm Shield windows, they look totally different. Our coastal look is coming along. We definitely have other projects to do, but the look alone of these windows has definitely improved our house. We have more energy efficient windows than we had before. It's quiet, and we definitely know in the event of a storm that we're safe and secure.
Storm Shield's windows and doors reduce the exterior noise by up to 80%, and our clients typically see an average energy savings of 40%. Why choose Storm Shield? Because everyone deserves the best. Call us today at 239-491-7002 or visit stormshieldSWFL.com.
We believe in better. A better way to invest, a better way to serve you, and a better result. We can help you determine how much risk you're taking, red flags that could be potential problems for you, how much you're paying in fees or commissions, potential tax liability, or even how to address Social Security.
Tune in to WealthWorks Radio with Eric Carney every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Either she was very, very strong, or somebody opened it up with a crowbar. That's the only way you're going to get that open. And I know I can't let it.
Did you hear about this story? So in Fort Myers, a witness is driving by an area of a storm drain, like behind some buildings off of US 41 in Colonial. And here's like this kind of noise from down into in the storm drain, and there's a woman in the storm drain. She's trapped in the drain, so he calls law enforcement. They come to find out what she's doing in there. She's naked and her legs are wrapped in what she had something wrapped around her legs, but she got in a storm drain, and that was a audio of one of the people that were interviewed in this story that was saying, how did you get in there? It's like, you ever try to lift the grate on a storm drain? It's practically impossible. It's like trying to open up a strawberry jelly jar from Costco when you first buy it, and it's impossible. You got to have like a rubber mat crowbar kind of. It's impossible. How did she get in there?
She summoned Thor's strength.
And how do you summon Thor's strength these days? I mean, is that what it is? Are you suggesting that summoning Thor's strength would be by using, let's just say, a supplement of some kind?
Yeah, I was going to say that, but I didn't want to say it.
So it's an active investigation. Nobody knows how in the world she got in there. It's just odd. I'll tell you this listen, I'll say it. I don't mind saying it. Maybe you disagree. 239-479-5592, but I will say it. I've been here for over 35 years, 32, 35 years. It's been a long time. Over 30 years. I've seen this town. I've been coming here since the 70s. I've been here for a long time. and I've seen this town grow. I've seen Southwest Florida grow, and I'm just going to say this. The bigger we get, the crazier things have been. There are a lot of things in Southwest Florida that I never thought that I would hear stories like this. People in storm drains, the kind of homeless situation that we're starting to see, panhandlers on different corners. I mean, we're not seeing them now, but they'll be back. Different, right? Is it just me? Maybe it is just me. I don't know. But there's a lot of things that I see that I'm not, the kind of crazy stories that you would hear about or disturbing stories that you would hear about in other cities, in other places. It always felt like it was over there, someplace. And now it's here. It's just one of those things. 239-479-5592. All right, coming up, we've got a little bit of Joe Biden audio that we have to play because I need my morning cup of Joe this morning. I got to kind of wash myself of some of the stories. And then we're going to dive right back into them, including Antony Blinken yesterday, Secretary of State, and questioning there on Capitol Hill about Afghanistan, and pretty ugly. All right, hold on a second. We've got, ladies and gentlemen, it's Carl from Bushwood, everybody, taking care of the greens early this morning.
Good
Come
morning.
on now.
Morning here, Drew. You know, just getting ready. We got chinch bug season coming on. And,
I was just going to ask you about that. I'm concerned about the course. I'm concerned about the playing field there.
Everything's good. You know, thankfully we're not stuck in a sewer drain like that lady.
Yeah.
Maybe she was chasing a red balloon and a little clown, you know, or something.
Is that okay? Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on with that, but I wonder about that, Carl, at Bushwood. You know, as you're taking care of the greens. You know, every once in a while on the greens, you got to have drainage. So how do you get yourself into those drainage ditches there?
Well,
How do you get in there?
It's called porosity. You know, and you gotta lay a lot of pipe. You know, you gotta lay a lot of pipe. Which, you know, but of course you got to have good you know, gravel, pea gravel, and you know, and of course a laser transit. You got to make sure you know where that water's going. Because, you know, unlike D.C. where it flows uphill, you know, it's got to go downhill. You know?
It's, lasers do. I didn't know that's how you do that. You keep the.
It's you know, it's all space age now, Drew. You know, we used to have things called transit. You know, the bubble in the air, kind of like a level kind of thing. Yeah, it's old school. We can still do that, but certainly we live it. But it's all lasers now. But you know,
it's good
to know. We're just all getting excited. You know, we got the golf season's all over with, Drew. But the Ryder Cup coming up, you know, USA, Europe, you know.
Yeah. And what's your prediction if you had to decide who do you think is going to be?
You know, usually lately the American teams have not quite had the patriotism.
Yeah, we stink. Pretty much. Is that what you're saying? We stink. We just haven't been up to par. See what I did there?
Look at you go. No, but you know, usually, you know, the Europeans, you know, they always they like drinking together, partying together, and Americans have been, you know, a little bit, you know, individualist. But this year we got 6 rookies, and I think we got a chance. They're going to be playing at Whistling Straits, Steve Stricker, you know, and rumor has it old Tiger Woods might give you a pep speech, you know.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, that's well, there's Tiger. All right. Well, that's good to know. All right. Well, listen, Carl at Bushwood, give me a tip for the day. Come on. Give me your golf tip of the day.
Well, there could be a hurricane coming or so. So if you want to, you know, if you want to swing easy when it's breezy, but keep it low in the short grass. That's what I say.
Okay, good. All right. There he goes. Carl from Bushwood. What? You know, I got people texting me on my phone right now who are teasing me about this story like this one. You know, the lady in the drain, and like making fun of me, saying, and they know that I'm old, but like I haven't heard stories. No, I'm not saying I haven't heard stories like that before, but I'm talking about Southwest Florida. You don't typically hear there's a lady in a drain. There's you know, some odd stories that have been around Southwest Florida lately as the city has gotten bigger. Nobody notices that. It's just I'm on an island. I'm on an island.
Well, you know, Florida's kind of just known.
But it's crazy. Well, I know the Florida stories, but it always feels like the Florida stories are over there. There's some place, you know, they're in Alachua County, or they're in Broward, or they're in the Panhandle. It just doesn't feel like these stories are necessarily here. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to be when Florida man stories happen. I don't want it to be us.
In our backyard.
Right. I don't want to be like, Here's another Fort Myers story. Or here's another Naples. Oh, look at the estates. Can you believe this? Oh, here we go. And, I don't know, I'm just picking locations. So I just don't want it to be us. I want it to be somebody else. That's all.
Florida man's evolving.
Yeah, go have it evolve someplace else. Speaking of evolving, when's Joe Biden going to evolve into somebody who can be articulate about his past? I don't know. Listen, I just need to have my morning cup of Joe.
Sit back with your morning cup of Joe.
Not a joke. I grew up in a little town called Claymont, Delaware, and I went to school. I used to tell Frank Church this. I got my first job offer where I wanted, my wife, deceased wife, and I wanted to move to Idaho because we think, not a joke, it's such a beautiful, beautiful state. And I interviewed for a job with Boise Cascade. And in the meantime, there was a war going on. Anyway.
So there's Joe Biden saying that his first job offer there was from Idaho Lumber Company, Boise Cascade. Apparently, some people reached out to the company, and the company, the New York Post did. The company told the New York Post, we have no record of him ever, anything like that, ever trying to get a job with us or an offer of any kind or anything. But, listen, Idaho Lumber Company, senator from Delaware, all the same thing. I mean, who knows? He's not really sure. And then, there's a recall election going on. Big recall election today. And this week we're going to be talking about it in California. Not sure how it's going to go down. A lot of people are saying it already looks as if Gavin Newsom has got this. It's not going to be a recall even to talk about. He's going to survive this. And, he brought in the president of the United States to help him out a little bit there in California. And he was meeting with local officials there and talking about the fires that are going on. And
the total loss, Gov, I think in terms of back east, the total loss fires this past year are larger than the entire state of New Jersey in terms of size. The entire state. Y'all may smile about that, but New Jersey's a big state, man. And it's critically important.
It's a big state, man. Everybody's smiling because they're like, I don't think it's as big as the state of New Jersey. I don't think the fires that we are having here are as big as the state of New Jersey. I could be wrong about that. But if you were to take the whole state of New Jersey and you put it over the top of California, I'm not really sure that's it. But, it's the president. I mean, and if he says it. I wonder if, as I look at a still picture of the president there with Gavin Newsom and talking to local officials in California, two things come to mind. Number one, is Joe Biden the guy that you want to show up to help you campaign to not get recalled after everything that he's done? Even in a state like California, don't you think there are people in California going, is there anybody else he can bring? We could bring the vice president. No, bring the vice president. Anybody else? What's Arnold Schwarzenegger doing these days? Anybody at all that could come along? And don't you have any Hollywood peeps that you know that? And then the other part that I'm looking at is I'm looking at a picture of, and obviously if you're watching at drewsteele.com, you don't see what I see. You see me, which is okay. But as I'm looking at this picture, I'm just thinking to myself, what does the Disney animatronic look like and act like with Joe Biden now there? Because it looks like reality. I would imagine there are people that would look at the Disney animatronic when they go there and see Joe Biden and go, is that him? Because the movements it's almost identical. I mean, are we sure that that's not him standing on that stage? Is he there live? Are you punking me? Is that what you're doing? Is that one of those things where he's going to come out and say, hey, everybody? You're doing that, right? Because, I don't know, maybe I'm off base. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching. All right, we're going to go to break because we've got a lot to talk about this morning. Yes, I'm going to get to more of Antony Blinken, Secretary of State. What an embarrassment yesterday on Capitol Hill. We're going to get to that. Also, some of the things that are going along our southern border. We cannot forget about the safety and security of the country. And also, when it comes to the safety and security of of, the issues that we have with regards to COVID. We don't have to worry about that necessarily, do we? Because not everybody needs to be vaccinated. We don't need illegals to be vaccinated, do we? Or even congressmen and women. I mean, we don't have to. So we'll get to that coming up as well. And more examples of the crisis of trust. Did North Carolina doctors discuss ways in which COVID numbers could be inflated to scare you into getting vaccinated? Oh, yeah. And there's audio. We're going to get to that coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Good Tuesday morning. Off to a busy start right now on Daniels Parkway in a couple of areas, including in Gateway, right near Gateway Boulevard, and closer to JetBlue Park, even out toward Treeline Avenue and I-75, seeing delays on Daniels in both directions. No problems up and down I-75. 41 looking nice and quiet as well early on this morning. If you're heading out toward the Midpoint Bridge, starting to see some slowdowns building eastbound heading out of the Cape into Fort Myers. But the Caloosahatchee, Edison, and Cape Coral bridges all running up to speed. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. Well, after a quieter start today, we can't quite rule out a stray shower or storm developing later this morning into early this afternoon, but the main chance for storms will come as we head towards mainly after 2 p.m. Look for periods of heavy rain and lightning even as we head into this evening. As the storms roll from east to west, temperatures topping up near 92 degrees. I'm Week News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Hey, we've got my friend Dave Meister on the phone, of course, with the Floor Meisters, the family-owned Floor Meisters in Naples. And Dave, listen, I know you got a lot of things going on. You're selling a lot of cord tech. That's great, but you got this 8,000 square foot showroom with a selection of carpet that is absolutely unbelievable as well. And the prices right now are pretty amazing. So I hear you got this whole thing going on with Dreamweaver carpet starting at, wait a minute, let me just get this right, at just $1.99 a square foot?
Yes, installed carpet pad and labor, $1.99.
And there's the phones ringing already. Look at that. They're getting excited.
Oh, yeah.
Dave, tell me more about what we've got here.
So we've got a big selection, and this is quite a carpet.
Listen, if you haven't been to the Floor Meisters, you really owe it to yourself to visit their store, 6281 Naples Boulevard, right next to Costco. Whether it's tile, laminate, hardwood, or, of course, carpet, they've got it all. So give them a call today, 239-596-4964, or on the web at floormeisters.com.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. We all count on our home's electrical outlets to provide us the power we need when we need it. But sometimes an overloaded circuit can lead to a blown outlet. So leave it to the pros at Mr. Sparky. We'll get it done right and get it done safely. Call now for $70 off any electrical repair.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
Matt and Justin here with Island Air of Southwest Florida. We know it's stressful when your air conditioner breaks down. Now when the time comes to replace your system, you don't have to sacrifice your vacation budget to pay for it. Because for a limited time, Island Air is including a cruise vacation voucher when you replace your heating and cooling system. This is a limited time offer, so if your AC is on its last leg and you aren't sure if it will make it through the summer, then don't delay and call Island Air today.
Over the past year and a half, we know that many people have sacrificed their vacations. Please take the opportunity to let Island Air take you to the islands or many other places around the world.
We are including a vacation voucher with the purchase of your new home air conditioning system, redeemable for cruises and luxury condos in many countries around the world. Find out more details on how to claim your voucher for a limited time. Call 239-466-8668.
Call 466-8668 for more details.
License number CAC 057544.
Check this out, Southwest Florida. We're happy to announce you can still get the original MSRP for your trade-in, but only at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, regardless of brand or where you bought it, Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Yes, that means whatever your car was worth when it was new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only here at Naples Nissan. We've got hundreds of new and like-new low-mileage pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Now is the time for you to make that upgrade. To get full details on how you can get the full original base MSRP for your trade-in, come see us at Naples Nissan here on Pine Ridge Road or visit naplesnissan.com today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Rock Solid wants you to be our customer. At Rock Solid Countertops and More, $9.99 gets it done. For a limited time only, get a full set of kitchen countertops from $9.99 installed. Rock Solid guarantees to beat any competitor's prices, including installation. So come see Hugo and his team in Naples. And now serving Port Charlotte at 4135 Tamiami Trail. Visit rocksolidnaples.com. Rock Solid, where $9.99 gets it done.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Retire with Grace with Bob Grace, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon to get the answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retire with Grace, a Tri-Found company, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
People sometimes may wonder why they need a big law firm after their injury. Imagine you're on your way to work and then, bam, your whole life changes. You're injured and now you have to fight for justice. Your opponent is not the driver of the car that hit you. It's their insurance company. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
One of the things with running is I want to enjoy the run, but I never made it very far because the arches in my feet just killed me. So when I got to the end of my rope and I said I have to do something to get rid of the pain, and a couple people recommended the Good Feet store to me, I loved how I could go in and get a free personalized arch support fitting. They put that time, that work, that effort into helping you find the right arch supports. And you can walk around this store with these in your shoes and try them out before you purchase them. So after I got my arch supports, the arches on my feet stopped hurting and the pain instantly, literally instantly went away. So if you have pain, go. Find a Good Feet store and go. There is an answer. Find the simple solution that will get rid of your pain. I'm Rondi, and that's my Good Feet story.
See how Good Feet arch supports work for you before you buy with a free fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
Call 552-FEET or visit us in Naples or our newest store in Fort Myers.
Hello, I'm Brian Resney, president of Resney Wealth Management and host of the Resney Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated so they can make better decisions about their retirement and their portfolio. What's your risk management strategy? Are you willing to subject your portfolio to another massive decline in a set it and forget it strategy, or are you looking for a difference? Listen to my show Sunday mornings, 10 to noon on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Round two. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The Secretary of State faces more questions about Afghanistan this morning at the Senate and more angry Republicans.
I believe that you, sir, should resign. That would be leadership.
Lee Zeldin was one of three Republicans calling for Antony Blinken's resignation at yesterday's House hearing. Fox's Rachel Sutherland has more live.
Dave, Secretary of State Antony Blinken said President Biden faced a choice between ending the war or escalating it as he defended his withdrawal from Afghanistan.
The evacuation itself was an extraordinary effort under the most difficult conditions imaginable.
Republican Congressman Brian Mast accused the administration of manipulating intelligence about the Taliban.
I do not wish to hear from you. I'm not yielding you a moment
Congressman,
of time.
what you said is dead wrong.
I don't wish
There
to
was
hear
no
your lies.
manipulation of
You've heard your
intelligence,
lies when you stand up in front of the camera.
Secretary Blinken said the State Department is in contact with about 100 Americans who want to leave. Dave?
Rachel, Tropical Storm Nicholas is raining down on Texas after coming ashore as a hurricane overnight south of Galveston.
We're going to see Houston in the crosshairs where we could see the potential of 8 to 12, even 15 inches of rain. So flood advisories are in effect. We have a flash flood warning from the Freeport area up towards Galveston.
Fox meteorologist Janice Dean. California voters decide today whether to fire Governor Gavin Newsom. President Biden rallied for the Democrat last night.
Folks, send a message to the nation. Courage matters. Leadership matters.
Now Fox's Jessica Rosenthal on how the recall election works.
Voters are asked two questions. Do you want to recall Governor Gavin Newsom, and who do you want to replace him? The list of names is more than 40, including radio talk show host Larry Elder.
Obama and Bernie Sanders and Senator Warren and the others have come to California and weighed in on this race when they cannot defend the indefensible record of my opponent, Gavin Newsom.
America's listening to Fox News.
This is 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News. Right all along. On the radio, on your smart speaker, and online at rightallalong.net.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. We have a crash right now with westbound roadblock at Daniels Parkway and State Road 82, causing some slowdowns at that intersection right at the border of Lehigh Acres and Gateway. If you're heading out through the Midpoint Bridge, very slow moving eastbound right now. May want to take the Cape Coral Bridge or the Edison or Caloosahatchee into downtown Fort Myers to avoid the delays out there off Veterans onto the midpoint toward McGregor. Also, if you're heading through Collier County, we have a crash right near Palmetto Ridge High School. That's along Oil Well Road, just off of Victory Lane, seeing some slight delays. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. Well, after a drier start to the day, look for a few showers and storms possible by late this morning into early this afternoon, but the main chance won't come until after 2 p.m., where scattered thunderstorm chances will continue on into early this evening. Look out for periods of heavy rain and frequent lightning as highs top up near 92 degrees for today. Wednesday, similar setup with another dry start to the day. Storms mainly for the afternoon with the high of 91 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Does 92.5 Fox News have a live stream? You bet. Go to rightallalong.net.
Do you have chronic joint pain, knees hurting, hips aching? It's time to think about an exciting new way to treat joint pain with biologic therapies, regenerative solutions. I'm talking about QC Kinetics. Hey, it's Drew Steele. Look, lots of people here have called QC Kinetics already. They're the leader in helping people deal with chronic pain with no surgery, no drugs, no steroids, and no downtime. These natural pain treatments can actually repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints with long-lasting results. I'm telling you, biologic solutions help your body heal itself. Call QC Kinetics to learn more at 239-893-PAIN. If you've got joint pain due to arthritis, lower back pain, shoulder, hips, or knee pain, you need to change the way you think about pain treatments and discover the biologic therapies at QC Kinetics. Get moving again. Get your life back with no surgery and no drugs. Call QC Kinetics now to learn more. 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. Regenerative, restorative, real pain relief. 239-893-PAIN.
Ty Lassiter here, managing partner and CEO of Key City Capital. I think we can all admit that our origin has a lot of importance in what we will become. Many of you didn't originate from Florida, but you have come here, and that choice has altered your path for the rest of your life, especially how much taxes you pay if you came here from the Northeast. So what is Key City Capital's origin? Why did we choose to move to Southwest Florida? Our mission is to connect capital to wealth through passive real estate and alternative investments. Very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors. For over 10 years, we have never missed a monthly interest payment to our partners, and we have never lost a penny of our investors' capital. That is history you can build and rely on.
If you're looking for significant returns from real estate and alternative investments, call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
I wasn't able to sleep in my own bed. Because of my wife's struggles with CPAP, I had to move out to the couch, out to the recliner, out to my son's bunk bed. That is until she started using Inspire, a sleep apnea treatment that works inside her body with just the click of a remote.
Get back to sleeping in your own bed with Inspire. No mask, no hose, just sleep. To learn more, visit InspireSleep.com. Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at InspireSleep.com.
Dial star 2020. Friends, I care.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. Hey, a few years ago, I had LASIK, the LASIK procedure with Dr. France and his team. I've told you, it changed my life. It truly is amazing. Now you could step up. They've got this thing called Smile Laser Vision Connection. State-of-the-art laser vision correction that's easy on the eyes. Dr. France and his team of expert surgeons are the first practice in Southwest Florida to bring you this procedure again called Smile. With this, it's a lot like LASIK, but only with a smaller incision and no flap. That smaller incision means lower incidence of dry eye syndrome. Smile's perfect for individuals with active lifestyles who are looking for an alternative to LASIK, but the same clear vision results. To find out if you qualify, schedule your free smile screening at France Eye Care today. Just dial star 2020 from your mobile phone. Again, star 2020. Tell them the Trace sent you.
France Eye Care.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
All right, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. Thank you for watching the program. We appreciate it. And subscribing to the podcast, Drew Steele. Just type it into any of your favorite podcast locations. And if you go to the website, there is a link for you right there, so you can subscribe quickly. Thank you so much for doing that. Coming up this morning, we're going to talk a little bit more about the issues with a crisis and trust in this country when we hear audio of doctors in North Carolina, for example, who are trying to figure out ways which they can inflate the COVID numbers. Some of the quotes from the audio that they need to be more scary to the public, saying things like, if you don't get vaccinated, you know you're going to die. Doing all of these things specifically, that is a crisis in trust. How are we supposed to trust the people that we're supposed to trust the most? And then they're telling us that in order to get you to do what we want you to do, we're going to have to scare the life out of you and say things that aren't true so that we can get you and manipulate you to do something to your body that we want you to do. I mean, do you hear yourself? And we're supposed to just sit here and go, okay, I guess they're right. And look, it's not every doctor, it's not everybody, but the fact that this is happening and doctors across the country aren't looking at this and saying that they are aghast that somebody would say something and do something like this collectively together doing that. And the silence from a media that doesn't seem to want to talk about it is frightening. You know, there's still a lot of questions that we have with regard to the vid and obviously mandates and vaccine mandates and even mask mandates. I mean, when we've got a letter that is out there, and we're going to talk about this coming up at 7:35, Representative Spencer Roach is going to join us because he has been someone front and center in talking about Lee County and the school board and the demand that there be an opt-out option now, especially that the First District Court of Appeals has put a stay on the mask mandate issue and saying, look, you can have the opt-out now in the district, that this is something that the governor talked about. He knew this was going to happen and that they couldn't enforce a ban. And so now we have the option of being able to go to school and not wear a mask, which is a good thing. And to have the school district in Lee County putting out a letter basically making everybody, feel bad, shaming, that this is not what we wanted to do. And we want to make it so that, I'll tell you what, I'm not even going to try to kind of editorialize what was said in the letter. When Spencer Roach is on at 7:35, I can read portions of what was put out there by the school district. And you tell me what you think when it comes to trying to put out some false information, making you feel guilty, the kind of things that a school district shouldn't be doing. What they should be doing is teaching our kids. That's what you should be doing. We have a Parents' Bill of Rights for a reason. We have a say in what we want for our kids for a reason, because they're ours. They're not yours. And just some of the things that it's getting outrageous, but we'll talk about that more coming up. And again, I don't want to get too far into the vid and vaccine mandates. And of course, this crisis of trust that continues. We're going to get more into Antony Blinken coming up and some of the audio that you just have to hear. But this idea, when it comes to mandates, and Zero Hedge had this story, and they laid this out, the immediate problems with this pressure and this push for mandates, whether it's masks or vaccinations in particular, that the Biden mandate pretends that the only immunity is to be injected. Like it's a binary choice. Either you're going to get an injection and that is going to give you immunity, or there is no other immunity. But there's natural immunity. Why are we not talking more about that? If there's 80 million people that have not been vaccinated, do you even have a clue as to how many of those have already had the vid and what kind of antibodies they already have? Do you even know? Or you're just assuming? Natural immunity is long-lasting and broad, and we've known that since last year when they had studies that revealed it for the first time. And why are we not talking about that? Presuming that everybody is equally susceptible to severe outcomes from getting exposed to the virus, which we've known is not true since at least February of 2020. That's a huge question mark. Why is there is this assumption that if you get the vid, there's only one way that your body's going to react, and it's going to be negatively? We're talking about hospitalization and death. When we know that's not true. But why do we make it seem that way? These are just questions, everybody. And again, how many times do I have to say, I'm not anti-vax. I'm not somebody that's saying don't get vaccinated. I'm not somebody that's not saying that you can't make your own choice. Of course you can. But there are questions that are not being answered and have been answered or have been ignored or made to sound like we're some kind of kook for bringing it up when we're looking for trust in the medical community, in the media community, and we don't get it. And that's a problem. And again, I'll just touch on this briefly because, again, when you have doctors in North Carolina that are trying to hatch a way and figure out a way to lie to you and scare you, to try to inflate the numbers, to make the numbers look bigger than they are, to try to convince you to do something that they want you to do, and the audio is there.
I guess my feeling at this point in time is maybe we need to be completely a little bit more scary for the public. Then there's another comment is I completely agree. There are many people still hospitalized that we're considering post-COVID, but we're not counting in those numbers. So how do we include those post-COVID people in the numbers of the patients we have in the hospital?
How do we include post-COVID numbers in the numbers that we have in the hospital to inflate the numbers, to make it seem like it's bigger than it really is?
So I'm just going to say, Carolyn, I think we have to be more blunt. We have to be more forceful. We have to say something coming out. You don't get vaccinated, you're going to die. I mean, let's
Really? This is in North Carolina, doctors getting together on a Zoom call, trying to figure out how to make the numbers look more inflated, to have it seem more scary than it is, so that we can get people to vaccinate, do what we want them to do. And look, yeah, it is North Carolina, but again, generally, we need to trust the information that you're giving us. It's truthful, whether it's Lee Health or anybody else. These doctors, and when you have doctors doing this, it questions. It begs the question of everybody. When the AP has that story out that Jake was talking about a little earlier, what was it, 43 different hospitals in Alabama, we're told, rejected one individual, a heart patient, and that person died because we were told that 43 hospitals said, no, you can't come in here. We have too many COVID patients. It's not going to happen. We're just supposed to trust that story. I've got questions. I don't believe it. I want to know the 43 hospitals that turned them down, because I have a hard time believing that a hospital will be like, nope, sorry, can't take you. We have no space, and we can't make space, and we can't do anything to help you. Go find somebody else. And 43 times in the state of Alabama that happened. I have a hard time believing that. Sorry, I do. Jake brought up a great point. There were a couple of, what were the places there, Jake, in that story? There were a couple of redundancies in the story as far as location, right? Wasn't there a medical center, a college medical center? And
well, no, I was saying that there's 86 in total, 86 hospitals in the state of Alabama.
Half of them turned this guy down.
At least 15 of those being like a campus, so like a schooling, but it's still the same facility.
Okay, right. So if you were to say, so for example, if you were to use Lee Health, if this were to happen in Southwest Florida, you could say that 40 different hospitals turned a patient down, but it'd be Gulf Coast Hospital. It would be different smaller divisions of Lee Health. I don't know why I'm losing
multiple.
To make it sound as if it was singular locations, but it was actually just the one that turned them down, and they want to make it sound like it was 40 different. Is that what you're suggesting?
Well, that, and I think it would be really difficult to go to half of the hospitals in the state of Alabama.
Yeah, well, again, just asking. Would like to know that if the hospitals did that, I'd like to see that. And again, I'm willing to tell you flat out that I was wrong if I'm wrong about this. But man, I got questions, and I don't want to ask these questions because we want to be able to trust media, our health experts, this government, the Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, yesterday, who can't answer any questions. There was a big question about whether or not Vladimir Putin was pressuring the president of the United States about staying away from this area around Afghanistan, Tajikistan, and other places to set up anything in the region. And is that true?
Is it true that President Putin threatened the President of the United States, saying he could not build intelligence capabilities in the region?
This is an important question, and one that in its detail and substance I think we need to take up in another setting for reasons I know that you very much appreciate.
So we got to do it in a different setting. So I can't answer it here, but I'll answer it behind the scenes. And this is what they do. This is the problem. The same way with the Trump-Russia collusion hoax. And who was it? Jerry Nadler and Adam Schiff and some other pencil necks and all this other kind of thing. The getting together and behind, in front of cameras going, oh, we got the evidence. We have the absolute evidence that Donald Trump colluded with the Russians to rig the election. Listen, if you want the details, if you want to get into this, we'll give you all the information behind closed doors. And then they go into a skiff behind closed doors and they're like, no, we don't have any of that information. So what they said in front of the camera was different than they would tell you in these skiffs in these secure areas behind closed doors. And then when everybody say, well, wait a minute, this is completely different. No, we've told you. And then they go on all the friendly media outlets, all the MSNBCs and CNNs, and tell the lie when behind closed doors they know what the truth is. Antony Blinken doing the same thing, I'm asking. This crisis of truth. I mean, it's unbelievable. And we just continue. Now, it could be worse. I mean, ultimately, with all the things that Antony Blinken said yesterday, and there's more audio on that, Lee Zeldin is like, listen, all these things, a resignation would be in order, really.
And the Taliban, they continue to press forward because we have an administration that doesn't know how to confront an adversary, understanding that they do not respect weakness, they only respect strength. And it is so greatly unfortunate, the consequences, and I believe that you, sir, should resign. That would be leadership. I yield back.
Yeah, that would be leadership if you just said, look, I'm out. They won't. And again, the Taliban respects strength. They're not looking for you to make any deals politically. They're not looking for anything that you're talking about with regard to the diplomatic side of things when Antony Blinken is saying.
Fourth, we continue our intensive diplomacy with allies and partners. We initiated a statement joined by more than half the world's countries, over 100 countries, as well as the United Nations Security Council resolution, setting out the international community's expectations of a Taliban-led government.
Oh, that is scary stuff. I'm telling you, there's nothing that a terrorist organization or even the Taliban respects more than when countries get together and have a harshly worded letter. Whew, that is tough stuff.
We expect the Taliban to ensure freedom of travel.
Yeah, which they're doing now. No, they're not.
To make good on its commitments on counterterrorism.
Yeah, I don't think that they are, considering all the people like the switch out of Bo Bergdahl for these terrorists at Guantanamo, and now they're part of this Taliban administration. I'm sure you can count on all kinds of counterterrorism activity to help out to make sure that nothing's going wrong in Afghanistan with the Taliban. No.
To uphold the basic rights of the Afghan people, including women, girls, and minorities.
Do you honestly think that they care, that they're going to do anything about that at all? I mean, look, I guess it could be worse. I guess in everything that was discussed yesterday, the lives lost, the hostage situation that is taking place. I mean, let's be honest. If there are planes not leaving the tarmac, if they're not leaving there in Afghanistan, if they are sitting there and the Taliban is not letting Americans leave and come back home, then that is a hostage situation. If we're talking about individuals who are being blocked on charter flights, that is a problem. Certainly issues of how many people are still there, a lot of questions. But I guess it could be worse. Let's say if they were just concerned about LGBTQ issues there in Afghanistan, because I don't think anybody would bring anything like that up. It's
breaking news. A bombshell.
Oh, wait, this just handed to me. Yeah, that's exactly what they did. No, I'm not kidding.
Breaking news. A bombshell.
I know it is. Listen.
As you know, Mr. Secretary, the LGBTQI community in Afghanistan is extremely vulnerable to punitive actions from the Taliban.
We're not really. We're not really.
It's important, in my view, that we take steps to ensure that those who would be subjected to violence or worse because of their sexual orientation or gender identity are safe.
Yeah, this is a Democrat, Cicelyne, who is asking the question, what kind of tactics do you plan on taking? What do you think we're going to... We can't even get all the Americans out of the country, and you think that...
The Council for Global Equality, the Human Rights Campaign, and LGBTQI plus refugee support
They don't even know what you're talking about! They don't know what you're talking about. They don't care to know about what you're talking about. They're pushing them off roofs.
Released a 10-point plan to protect Afghan LGBTQI refugees. My question is, have you seen this plan? And if so, is the administration prepared to implement it?
What is it?
Well, thank you for very rightly putting the spotlight on concerns about the LGBTQI plus community.
I got to stop. Listen, some Americans died. Some people did some things. Some stuff happened. Still have Americans that are there. But we've got a really harshly worded document that we are handing over to the Taliban from countries, not just us, but a lot of people. Oh, and they're mad. And wait till you see this piece of paper. It's harsh. And we expect them to do a lot for women and children and minorities and the LGBTQ community there. That pride flag better be flying over Kabul very soon. Otherwise, there's going to be what? 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. You can go there to watch. We appreciate you doing just that. And subscribing to the podcast. Thank you so much. It's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News. And we've been right all along.
Does market turbulence and economic turmoil have you worried about your retirement nest egg? I'm Alfie Townsend. Learn how to navigate these uncertain times. Tune in to Saving the Investor radio show every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.
Water everywhere. You can't swim in it. You can't stand drinking it. Heck, it's so bad it's on the news every day. Hi, I'm Rob Hill from Bob Hill Plumbing. We've invested over 66 years here in Naples, bringing you clean, drinkable water for your home or condo. We realize we can't fix the water problems everywhere, but we can definitely clean up the water inside your home. Our government does their best to deliver safe water for use. But wow, who wants chlorinated yellow water at every faucet? Let us install a Halo home filtration system and remove all the bad taste, color, and odor from your water. Halo removes 99% of all chlorine, ammonia, and all the bad-tasting chemicals in our municipal water system. Call Bob Hill Plumbing today and let us install a Halo water system in your home so you can once again enjoy clean, bottle-quality water at every faucet. Bob Hill Plumbing. Let me be your plumbing guy.
To schedule service, call Bob Hill Plumbing at 262-6119 or bobhillplumbing.com.
In business, it's never just another day. Every day is the day that could bring your biggest order yet, or a new cyber threat. Whatever the day holds, with Comcast Business, you'll be prepared. With a network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses, Comcast Business Security Edge to help protect your connected devices, and a dedicated team available 24/7. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a fast and reliable internet and voice solution for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Or ask about our best deal on a gig speed bundle with a $500 prepaid card. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com to learn more. Offer requires enrollment in paperless billing and autopay through My Account. Ends 9/19/21. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 35 megabits per second internet and one voice line. Early termination fee applies. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change.
Southwest Florida homeowners. Home values are up and interest rates are down, which means now is a great time for a mortgage checkup. This is Mike Roberts, Vice President at Mortgage Warehouse. Many of you listening might have purchased or refinanced your home within the past year, so your mortgage could be the last thing on your mind. However, the real estate market has changed quite a bit in 2021, which means your home has likely increased in value. More equity in your home means there has never been a better time to get cash out for home improvements. You could also qualify for a lower mortgage rate with our no closing cost refinance loan, and for some, more equity in your home means you can eliminate mortgage insurance. Mortgage Warehouse is Southwest Florida's mortgage price leader. No points, no hidden fees, no closing cost, period. Give us a quick call today at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, this is Papa with Casey, Carrie, and Cody. And as most of you know, when Irma hit in September of 2017, thousands of people tried unsuccessfully to call a roofing company, but all the roofers were so overwhelmed they could not handle or even answer those calls. Now here we are, 4 years later, and many of those same people are still waiting to have their roofs repaired. So, we are implementing our proactive list. If you want to be on our list, call me for our free total inspection. Once we inspect your roof, you will be on the proactive list. If or when the next storm hits, you will have no need to call any roofer because we will be calling you automatically to see if you need help. We can offer emergency repairs and tarp service or whatever your roof requires. Call Papa now for our free total inspection, 945-2700. We believe it's wise to be proactive and it costs you nothing to join our list. Call Papa for our free total inspection at 945-2700. That's 945-2700, area code 239-945-2700.
License number CCC 1326213.
Why would someone take a chance on purchasing a frameless shower door from a big box store or an online discounter of an obscure brand, and then try and find a licensed, qualified installer to put it in, when you can deal directly with a local, family-owned business that consults, measures, manufactures, and installs their own award-winning brand of shower doors? My Shower Door is a family-owned and operated business and has the highest ratings on Angie's List and Home Advisor. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdor.com.
Hello, I'm Dave Harmer, owner of First Class Air Conditioning. Since 1977, we've been pretty selective when it comes to hiring new people. We take special pride in the craftsmen we train and employ. If you're an experienced HVAC professional, consider joining us. With a 40-year track record, we're here for the long haul. Call today, 574-2500, and ask for Mr. Harmer. That's 574-2500.
First Class Air Conditioning. Our name says it all.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Major backups along Oil Well Road westbound because of two different crashes. One right at Tangelo Drive near the Orange Blossom Ranch community, and another closer to Palmetto Ridge High School. So backups westbound all the way approaching Immokalee Road, getting closer to Corkscrew Elementary and Middle Schools. Also keeping an eye on a crash at State Road 82 westbound at Daniels Parkway with roadblock, dealing with some slowdowns in that area in general, especially coming off of Gunnery Road southbound where it turns into Daniels Parkway. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. Well, after a drier start to the day, look for a few showers and storms possible by late this morning into early this afternoon, but the main chance won't come until after 2 p.m., where scattered thunderstorm chances will continue on into early this evening. Look out for periods of heavy rain and frequent lightning as highs top up near 92 degrees for today. Wednesday, similar setup with another dry start to the day. Storms mainly for the afternoon with the high of 91 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Getting older has its advantages. Early bird dinners, senior discounts, day drinking. If you're one of the millions turning 65 soon, it might be time to take a look at your insurance options. Original Medicare, Medicare Advantage, so much to keep in mind. At Millennium Physician Group, half our patients are 65 plus. No matter what insurance benefits you choose, make sure your Millennium primary care doctor is part of your plan and your connection to a healthier life. Millennium Physician Group. Connect today. 844-CALL MPG, millenniumphysician.com.
Being involved in a legal dispute can leave you feeling like you've lost control. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Understanding the law and the rules of evidence can mean the difference between winning or losing your case. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
What makes Genesis of Naples the #1 selling Genesis dealer in the nation? It's our incredible selection and professional sales staff. Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples. When I drive my beautiful new 2021 Genesis GV80 around town, the first thing everyone says to me is, "What is that beautiful SUV?" I tell them it's the all-new first ever SUV from Genesis. Then they usually ask, "How much does it cost?" I know it's hard to believe, but it starts at just $49,500 and the fully equipped Prestige for just over $70,000. It has an amazing interior and breathtaking design and your choice of turbo engines in rear and all-wheel drive, but that's not all. We have a huge selection of the all-new 2021 Genesis G80s and G90s. Come visit Genesis of Naples on Airport Road or genesisofnaples.com. I love my GV80 and you'll love it too.
All offers with approved credit on select models. Based on January 2021 retail sales. 72 months at $0 per month for 1,005 months. No down payment required.
For eligible individuals 18 or older only. Not available in Oregon or West Virginia. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With hearing aids from Lively, everything is done remotely in the comfort of your home, from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better. With Lively, you get premium Bluetooth-enabled hearing aids at thousands less than you might expect. The best hearing aid technology is now affordable and convenient. Your hearing aids are sent right to your door. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week. No charge. Ah, you people at Lively are wonderful. With Lively hearing aids, you get free shipping, 3 years of follow-up care included free, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage. You can't lose. I hear better than I ever thought possible. Now get $100 off your hearing aids when you go to listenlively.com/radio. That's listenlively.com/radio. listenlively.com/radio.
Hey guys, there is some important news that all men should take very seriously. Your prostate health. Are you urinating more frequently? Are you waking up at night to urinate? Are you sick and tired of prostate pills that just don't work? Sound familiar? If you are one of the millions of men with prostate problems that are driving you nuts, there is some great news. Prostagenics is the all-natural product that beat over 157 other prostate supplements in lab tests and was rated the #1 most powerful prostate supplement in the world. #1, because it works. So why not try some Prostagenics, and your prostate troubles will be a thing of the past. You'll get a great night's sleep and stop waking up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. To get your free bottle of Prostagenics, call now 800-600-2020. That's 1-800-600-2020. Take advantage of our 90-day money-back guarantee. Call 800-600-2020. Do it now.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the Drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching the program and subscribing to the podcast. Thank you so much for doing that. You can listen at your convenience. Coming up in about 10 more minutes or so, it is Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. The kids love it. From what I understand, it is one of the big moments where the kids get to get their civics lesson and so much more. And hear that adults sometimes know all their stuff, and sometimes maybe they don't. And sometimes the kids like to school the adults. It's a lot of fun. So, and if you're a maybe a dad or a mom driving your child to school, and you're thinking, hey, you could play as a family. Maybe we should have like, what is that, Family Feud? Is that what it is? Or just, well, we don't want it to be a feud because that's not really, that's not what that should be like, right? Well, don't do that. Well, if you're going to do that, at least warn me that that's coming. I wasn't even ready.
It was real quick.
Can I ask a dumb question? I know Spencer Roach is waiting, so we'll get to him in just a second because we have to talk about Lee County and the opt-out back here when it comes to mask mandates, and he's been very vocal about that. We're going to get to it in just a second, but here's a dumb question. How did you have that ready to go so quick? No, not even knowing that I was going to mention that?
I don't know.
You do know. You just don't want to tell me. What is it? What is it? Is it?
I don't know.
You're not doing this again. All right, a little inside Drew Steele, Jake the Millennial Baseball, okay? And I promise we're going to get to Spencer. Actually, I'll have Spencer on while we're doing this, just so that he can be a part of the conversation. All right, first of all, Representative Spencer Roach, good morning.
Drew, good morning. This is a conversation I'd love to be a part of, and I think you consider hosting a Drew's College for the school board. They need some civics education, my friend.
Yes, we could. Maybe we should do that. But they'd never come on the show because for a lot of reasons. All right, so Spencer, before we get to this issue, I just want a little inside Drew Steele baseball. Jake has these moments where he listens only to classic TV game shows, music. Like he does this thing where it's on his phone and he'll listen to them and they're like back to back to back. Like he has a station that's built that's just TV game shows. It's a little weird. It's sometimes it's fun, but it's a little strange that he has it and he's getting in one of those moods again. That's all it is. So just so you know.
Well, it looks like it comes in handy occasionally to help the show,
right,
like you just did with the sound effect there.
Right, and that's why I'm not getting upset with him or anything like that, because it was timely. Now, if he started to play it and it had nothing to do with the moment, quite frankly, he'd be fired. I'd fire him right on the spot. It would be out the door, that's it. Take your mask and go. All right, speaking of masks.
That's your cue, Jake.
Yep, speaking of masks or not to mask, listen, you've been very vocal about this. Many people have been concerned since we heard and went back to this idea of not being able to opt out of masks. And now the superintendent rescinded the universal mask mandate. And look, you put a harshly worded letter out there, and look, you were pretty firm about it. Talk about that, and then talk about this specifically, and now rescinding the mask mandate.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Drew. And let me just be clear for your listeners on what it is that I've been vocal about. You know, this debate that we're having, it's not about masks. It's not about vaccines. It's simply about the parents' right to make healthcare decisions for their children. And the crux of this debate constantly boils down to who knows best for their children, the government or parents. And I'm going to use every power of my office to defend the parents' right to make to make decisions concerning their child's health care. And that involves the wearing of a breathing apparatus, even if it's a cloth mask, during school. I think that's a decision parents should make. The governor agrees with me. The attorney general agrees with me. And the courts in the state of Florida agree with me. And yet what the superintendent unilaterally did is issue a mask mandate without an opt-out provision, which is illegal under Florida law. And my letter to him simply said, as an appointed state official, you have an obligation to follow the law. And if you don't do that, I'm going to use the power of my office to try to have you removed, to try to have the governor or Commissioner Corcoran terminate your employment with the state of Florida. And that seemed to work. I gave them a deadline of 5 p.m. Yesterday, and they rescinded the universal mask mandate yesterday around 6 p.m. Effective today. Parents have the ability, again, to opt their children out of mask wearing. So what this is about the rule of law. And however you feel about masks, I think we all agree that state officials can't simply pick and choose to enforce the laws that they agree with. That's not how we operate. To embrace that idea is anarchy.
Yeah, and you know, when I read this letter to the school community from the Superintendent Savage yesterday about this, it sure didn't seem like he felt like this was the decision that he wanted to make. It was just that he was forced to make this decision. As a matter of fact, some of the language being used, given the legal landscape, I'm appealing to your humanity and sense of community, and going into the numbers of patients isolated and going into certain kids isolated at ICU at Golisano's, and using anecdotal situations to kind of I don't know, cajole or convince people that they should do something that maybe is outside of what they personally would like to do and their choice to be able to do it. I don't know if I really enjoy that. I don't know if I like that. It could be just straightforward as far as what the decision was. It's almost as if sometimes we get concerned because teachers, unions, districts have decided that they are the ones. Oh, we lost Spencer. He'll call back. That they are the ones that are the arbiter of everything that has to do with the rights or the abilities of parents and kids to make decisions. And all right, so he's back. Sorry about that, Spencer. But yeah, just reading that, I was concerned about how it sometimes feels like you don't have the right to make the decision. We are the ones that make the decision. You don't know what you're talking about for your own family.
Yeah, let me talk about that, Drew. And if you were watching the news, you could almost be forgiven if you come to the conclusion or you believe that in Lee County or even anywhere around the nation, there are thousands of children hospitalized with COVID and children are dying by the hundreds or thousands of COVID. And when you look at the numbers, it's just not true. They are fomenting this fiction to scare the hell out of parents. Let me tell you what the numbers are. Right now, here in Lee County, these numbers are accurate as of close of business yesterday. There are 6 children hospitalized with COVID. I don't know if they have comorbidities. 6, that's it. And in Lee County, since the inception of the pandemic, since the pandemic began, we have not had a single, not one, not a single, that means 0 children die in Lee County from COVID. 0. So I want your listeners to think about that when they hear these numbers. Now, you'll hear things like infections or case rates. That means nothing. We need to look at the rates of people that are hospitalized and the deaths. And quite frankly, we are not seeing nationwide. Here's a number for you. Nationwide, since the inception of the pandemic, 214 children have died with COVID. Many of them had comorbidities such as being morbidly obese and having diabetes and other such symptoms that weaken their immune system. But 214, to put that in perspective, 263 kids have died just this year in Chicago from gun violence. But the media would have you believe that here in Lee County there are thousands or tens of thousands of children hospitalized and dying from COVID. It's not true.
Yeah. And that's something that I've been talking about for the past couple of weeks. And it's something that I've been hitting on today as well. And I'm sure you could speak to this as well. It's this crisis of trust. We talk about the crisis that are going on in the country and the concerns that we have across the board. But boy, is there a crisis of trust here. There has to be a way that we can break through that and really get to these numbers like you've discussed. When somebody says, no, that's not the way it is. When we talk about mandates, vaccination mandates, for example, it has to be this way. When you have Fauci even talking again today, this morning, just a few minutes ago, talking about how it's looking more and more like, yep, we're going in the direction of not being able to travel without proof of vaccination. And then when even being asked on this threshold for reaching herd immunity through vaccination, he says, we don't know, but you'll know it when you see it. How could you say that? And so we have this crisis of trust that there's a binary choice. It's either a mandate of a vaccination or nothing. But there are therapies. And I asked the question, how many therapies have been presented by hospitals to individuals, to even these kids? Options of therapies before they get into a hospital.
There's therapy, not to mention the millions of Americans that have a natural immunity to this. And look, I think that you mentioned the binary choice. Look, it's possible to hold two views at once. You can be pro-mask and you can be pro-vaccine, but you can also be pro-parental rights. I think that those decisions are best made by an individual.
Yeah.
Just because you believe that an individual should have a right to choose doesn't make you anti-mask, doesn't make you anti-vaccine, it doesn't make you anti-science. It just makes you pro-freedom.
Yeah. No, I understand that. And listen, this is my opinion. And when I talk about the issues that I have about some of the things that I would like to hear more about, and certainly I am with you when it comes to freedoms and liberties and choice in this certain situation. I am also concerned about this crisis of trust of information, and that's how we are going to make decisions for our families based on what the numbers like that you mentioned are when it comes to hospitalizations and deaths of children since the beginning of this, and those numbers are real, and we should be allowed to make decisions based on that. And I would ask this question as well. Representative Spencer Roach is joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. We're talking about the superintendent rescinding the universal mask mandate, and certainly this harshly worded letter that was sent by Representative Roach. Listen, calling him out and saying you got to get this done by today. And yesterday, and that did happen. But now we talk about what's next. I mean, are you concerned that they might bring this back? What do you think?
Look, Drew, one of the interesting things about my battle with the school board is I have some spies that work in the administration that have been calling and texting me. Certainly not going to reveal who those people are, but I've gotten some inside scoop as to the thought process inside the Lee County School District. And what one of my insiders was telling me last night is that the school board is now going to consider having the board vote on yet another mask mandate, probably as early as next week. So the Lee County School Board is determined to do this. They think they know best. And what my insider also told me is that a lot of their decision-making is not really predicated on COVID numbers or protecting children, but that they are open and candid about their desire to embarrass the governor and embarrass his administration and challenge him. So, you mentioned trust. I think one of the things we have to focus on is replacing the 4 school board members who are up for re-election this cycle. I'm going to do everything that I can to raise as much money, knock on doors, get out and campaign. And so is the governor. You've heard the governor talk about getting the party apparatus involved in these races.
Yep.
But legislatively, we're doing some things here, too. Look, we're going to bring back a bill for term limits for school board members. I filed a bill to make school board races partisan. Representative Persons Mullica has filed a bill to make the superintendent an elected position.
Yeah.
So we are going to do that. In fact, just one quick plug, there's a group called Freedom Speaks with Denise Nystrom, who you've had on before, and former State Rep Beth Kilmer that are meeting today at 11:30 to present training for school board candidates, people that are interested in running. So we've got to recruit, train, and fund good candidates. All of them have to go. And whether they know it or not, this is their last term on the Lee County School Board. I'm going to do everything in my power to make that happen.
Hey, and I'm just throwing this out there. I'm just telling you, cameras and microphones in classrooms. I'm just putting it out there. I'm not saying you got to take a position on it, Spencer Roach, but I am saying that I'm not going away on that issue. I have something to say about that. So I'm just putting that out there as well. It's about time we get to hear and see what's going on in our kids' classrooms for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to that. In fact, when you look at what happened with COVID opened a rare window for parents into the classroom via Zoom, and they didn't like what they saw.
Right.
Parents are outraged, and I think all across the nation, you really are going to see a historic reckoning at the ballot box in 2022 on school board races all over the country. And I think your idea has a lot of merit. I mean, that's what led to the catalyst of this revolution in school boards, is parents were able to see for the first time what's happening in the classrooms, and they were outraged. They didn't like it.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna know. They're gonna know me. They're gonna know my name in Tallahassee. I'm gonna be around there. I'm gonna be hanging around. Not in a creepy kind of way. It's not like that. But anyway. All right, Representative Spencer Roach joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much. We'll speak soon. Okay.
Thank you, Drew. Have a great day.
You too. All right, 239-479-5592. There's the phone number. Let's go. All right, get your family together, get yourself together. Let's do this. Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Don't be shy. Just make the call. Don't worry about. Listen, we're having fun here. Don't worry. Don't just be bold in your actions. And this is how we learn. Sometimes we do things right. Sometimes we say the right thing. Sometimes we make mistakes. But together we have fun and we learn. All right, Drew's College, 5th caller, number 5. At 239-479-5590. 239-479-5592. I don't even know my own number. I've only said it a gajillion times. But anyway, caller number 5. Call now. All right, we'll play and win Drew's College next on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along with traffic, there's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. I-75 southbound is backed up for several miles heading south of Palm Beach Boulevard because of two different crashes between Colonial and 82. We've got one at mile marker 137 off to the right-hand shoulder and another in the median near mile marker 135 just past the Colonial exit with injuries causing major onlooker delays. Plus, we have EMS and troopers blocking the left-hand shoulder. So be sure to move over if you're in that area toward the right-hand side. Also on 75 southbound, exit 105, we've got a crash off to the right-hand shoulder near the exit to Golden Gate Parkway, not blocking anything, and no major slowdowns there. Daniels Parkway, very slow coming off of State Road 82 because of a crash at the intersection, and Gunnery Road seeing delays southbound approaching that intersection as well. And a crash with eastbound roadblock on Gladiolus Drive near Maida Lane coming off of Summerlin Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. Well, after a quieter start to today, we can't quite rule out a stray shower or storm developing later this morning into early this afternoon, but the main chance for storms will come as we head towards mainly after 2 p.m. Look for periods of heavy rain and lightning even as we head into this evening. As the storms roll from east to west, temperatures topping off near 92 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
Lasting joint pain relief without surgery, without drugs, without downtime. It's here now. Regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics. Biologic therapies. This is the most exciting medical development in years, and it's now available here. Hey, it's Drew Steele here to tell you about these remarkable regenerative treatments that encourage your own body to help heal the damaged tissue in your joints. If you've been struggling with knee, back, shoulder, or hip pain, arthritis pain of any kind, you need to check out the exciting natural alternative that can get your life back. Restorative biologic therapies go to work healing the source of the pain and provide long-lasting results. Think about it. Treatments for chronic joint pain with no drugs, no steroids, no downtime, and no surgery. Call now for a free consultation and learn more about the regenerative options available to help you get pain-free. QC Kinetics. Call now. 239-893-PAIN. 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN.
In business, it's never just another day. Every day is the day. That could bring your biggest order yet, or a new cyber threat. Whatever the day holds, with Comcast Business, you'll be prepared. With a network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. Comcast Business Security Edge to help protect your connected devices, and a dedicated team available 24/7. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a fast and reliable internet and voice solution for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Or ask about our best deal on a gig speed bundle with a $500 prepaid card. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com to learn more. Offer requires enrollment in paperless billing and autopay through My Account. Ends 9/19/21. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 35 megabits per second internet and one voice line. Early termination fee applies. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change.
When was the last time you checked in on your insurance? Give CIG a chance to review your current coverage and find you better rates. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. My team and I are dedicated to finding you the best suited coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Qualified agents are standing by. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
Injuries on the job can cause you to lose control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar Levine. Money is not coming in and your medical bills are piling up. Our legal team is here to help. We can help you file all your workers' compensation claims to make sure you get the proper benefits you're entitled to. If you've been injured on the job, call the law offices of Anajar Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Naples.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Stephanie. Stephanie's in Cape Coral, I believe. Good morning, Stephanie. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics and more. You get right. The higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD or associate's degree. Question starts right now. Hi, Stephanie. Why do we have 57 stars on the flag of the United States?
We don't. We only have 50.
Oh, gosh. Okay, that's right. Yeah, I'm thinking Barack Obama. I'm so sorry. 50. Why do we have 50? Why do we have 50?
Represents each state.
That is correct. That is correct. All right, you got an associate's. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. Let's see. How many Supreme Court justices are there right now?
9.
That is correct. All right, you got a bachelor's degree. Yeah, we'll see if you get a master's degree on this question. 3 rights were declared in the Declaration of Independence. There were 3 of them. Right there, Declaration of Independence. Those rights are what?
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Woo! That is correct. All right, you got a master's. We'll see if you get a PhD on this question. Ooh, this might be tricky. Okay, because, you're one of those smarty pants there. Which American...
No, just don't ask me about vice presidents. I don't know anything about any of them.
Okay, well, let's ask you this question about vice presidents. No, just kidding.
Oh, no.
All right, this is multiple choice. Which American president was the first to have a phone on their desk in the White House? The first American president to have a phone on their desk. Was it Woodrow Wilson, Herbert Hoover, or Thomas Jefferson? Are you okay? Was it a...
Yeah,
okay. Sorry, okay.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, that's a...
I'm going to say Woodrow Wilson.
No, it was Herbert Hoover in 1929. Yeah.
Goodness.
They used to have a phone booth in the hallway outside the Oval Office. How about that?
They made him get up to go answer it?
Yeah, I'm just thinking the phone booth is kind of really odd. Yeah, that's wonder if Joe Biden would like to have that back. Anyway, we move on. Well, congratulations. You got yourself a master's degree today on Drew's College, so you should be pretty impressed, feeling good, and making your way into a Tuesday with that tucked away in your back pocket. How about that?
Thank you. You have a blessed day.
Oh, you have a blessed day as well. It's great to speak with you. All right, we do it each and every day this time, so we'll do it again tomorrow. Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Dial star 2020. Friends, I care.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. A few years ago, I had LASIK, the LASIK procedure with Dr. France and his team. I've told you, it changed my life. It truly is amazing. Now you could step up. They've got this thing called Smile Laser Vision Connection. State-of-the-art laser vision correction that's easy on the eyes. Dr. France and his team of expert surgeons are the first practice in Southwest Florida to bring you this procedure again called Smile. With this, it's a lot like LASIK, but only with a smaller incision and no flap. That smaller incision means lower incidence of dry eye syndrome. Smile's perfect for individuals with active lifestyles who are looking for an alternative to LASIK, but the same clear vision results. To find out if you qualify, schedule your free Smile screening at France Eye Care today. Just dial ** 2020 from your mobile phone. Again, ** 2020. Tell them the Trey sent you.
France, I care.
Grandpa Joe doesn't want voter ID, but Uncle Sam says we have to do a station ID. 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News. Right all along.
It hit as a hurricane. And I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Now, Nicholas is raining down on the Texas Gulf Coast as a tropical storm, leading to flooding concerns around Houston and other areas. Fox's Eben Brown tracking it live.
Yeah, Dave, it did become a hurricane for a while as it rained down on the Texas coast. More than 465,000 customers in Texas are without power this morning, and damage like overturned gas station awnings are being blamed on the winds. Nicholas will hug the Gulf Coast all the way back to the New Orleans area, where residents haven't fixed their roofs from Ida yet.
We're more concerned about this rain coming than we were about the hurricane that just left.
And some spots in southern Louisiana could see 20 inches of rain, Dave.
But it's decision day in California. Keep or fire Governor Gavin Newsom.
Vote to keep Gavin.
Get vaccinated to save lives.
President Biden rallied for the Democrat. Republicans say Newsom's COVID lockdowns hurt the state. Larry Elder is the lead GOP candidate.
63% of Hispanics voted for him just 2 years ago. Now the majority of them want him out. The majority of independents voted for him 2 years ago. Now the majority want them out.
In 2 hours, the Secretary of State will testify at the Senate, the day after 3 Republicans called on Antony Blinken to resign at a House hearing over the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan, the Taliban takeover, and the chaotic evacuations. Fox's Jared Halpert at the Capitol.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken is defending the administration's chaotic evacuation and withdrawal from Afghanistan.
We inherited a deadline. We did not inherit a plan.
Top committee Republicans remain critical. Texas Republican Michael McCaul describing the withdrawal as
an unmitigated disaster of epic proportions.
Another case stemming from George Floyd's death is in court in Minneapolis today. 4 fired police officers will be arraigned on federal charges of violating Floyd's civil rights, including Derek Chauvin, the ex-cop already convicted of murdering Floyd. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. I-75 southbound is backed up for several miles heading south of Palm Beach Boulevard because of 2 different crashes between Colonial and 82. We've got one at mile marker 137 off to the right-hand shoulder and another in the median near mile marker 135 just past the Colonial exit with injuries causing major onlooker delays. Plus, we have EMS and troopers blocking the left-hand shoulder. So be sure to move over if you're in that area toward the right-hand side. Also on 75 southbound, exit 105, we've got a crash off to the right-hand shoulder near the exit to Golden Gate Parkway, not blocking anything, and no major slowdowns there. Daniels Parkway, very slow coming off of State Road 82 because of a crash at the intersection, and Gunnery Road seeing delays southbound approaching that intersection as well. And a crash with eastbound roadblock on Gladiolus Drive near Maida Lane coming off of Summerlin Road. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. Well, after a drier start to the day, look for a few showers and storms possible by late this morning into early this afternoon. But the main chance won't come until after 2 p.m., where scattered thunderstorm chances will continue on into early this evening. Look out for periods of heavy rain and frequent lightning as highs top up near 92 degrees for today. Wednesday, similar setup with another dry start to the day. Storms mainly for the afternoon with the high of 91 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Bugged by the left? Log on to rightallalong.net, the place to find 92.5 Fox News online.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. If you need new windows or doors for your home, heads up, this message is for you. New South is having a one-day factory sale, this Saturday only in our factory showroom. 40% off high-performance award-winning windows, 40% off energy-efficient windows and patio doors, 40% off our factory direct products installed. Bring in your measurements for on-the-spot pricing or call today. One day only, this Saturday from 9 till 4. New South windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, and we guarantee them for life. Please visit us at newsouthwindow.com.
Greetings from Health Plan Network. First, a sincere thank you to the folks at WFSX and their loyal listeners. The response to our recent individual health insurance ads have been phenomenal. Second, a short history lesson. When the federal government made their last attempt at socialized medicine or Obamacare, most insurance companies refused to participate, leaving millions with no choice but the high premiums and deductibles on the marketplace. On the other hand, our clients were able to keep their non-cancelable coverage and have enjoyed low premiums and great coverage for the last 7 years. The new administration has promised another run at their stated goal of nationalized health insurance. If you're on Obamacare, uninsured, or on COBRA, now is the time to act. Protect yourself and family with non-cancelable coverage guaranteed to age 65 now. Call me at 239-268-6712 or visit our website at healthplannetwork.net. That's 239-268-6712 or healthplannetwork.net. We can help.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
At FindMark, our commitment to clients goes far beyond managing wealth. We have a genuine interest in understanding our clients' lives, their families, and dreams for the future. It's doing what's right and being there every step of the journey. It requires time to learn what matters most. But at FindMark, we believe the better we know you, the better we can serve you. Visit us at our locations in Fort Myers, Naples, Bonita Springs, and Estero, or online at finemarkbank.com.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. Thank you for watching and subscribing to the podcast. Just type in Drew Steele into any of your favorite podcast locations. You'll find the show. DrewSteele.com has a link directly so you can subscribe and go to it right there. We thank you so much. All right, a lot to get to this morning. The Fauci on MSNBC today with a couple of interesting comments, one of which is, hey, I'm just telling you, seriously being considered this proof of vaccination to be able to travel around the United States, not internationally, but the United States. That is being discussed. And also this idea of herd immunity, how we're going to know, and vaccinations, and how we're going to figure this all. Like, when is this going to end? How many times can you possibly move the goalposts? Well, the answer to that is as long as you have a willing media to go along with it, and a party who certainly will go along with it as well, because it's all about control. And we're not having it, but they'll try, and we'll continue to talk about it. So we keep it front and center. Also, one of the things we wanted to talk about is Antony Blinken on on a Zoom meeting instead of being in person at a committee on Capitol Hill to talk about Afghanistan. Day 2 will be today. As he'll be talking about this along with Congress about what happened in the debacle in Afghanistan. Interesting how he wasn't there in person. Why? It's a lot of other people who seem to be doing things in person. As a matter of fact, there's Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
I'm not the expert.
Well, I haven't gotten to anything yet. It is weird that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Now, mind you, we are in a global pandemic. Dogs and cats getting along all over town. I mean, it is chaos. I know a little bit of Ghostbusters there, but anyway, the point is that it is dangerous. We can't travel. We can't be around each other. Masks and mandates, and it's a dangerous world that we live in. Unless, of course, you're Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who is there at the Met Gala. What a fancy pants event. Unless, of course, you're wearing a dress like she was wearing. A beautiful, beautiful dress that a couple of people in the media took a note of. They mentioned it right to her face. Look at this.
My God, tax the rich. What a model, AOC. What up? I didn't know you model as well. Damn.
Oh, you're a model, too. What a beautiful dress. It's a white dress, and on the back in red letters it says, tax the rich. Individual tickets were reportedly $30,000, and she's wearing a designer dress. It says tax the rich. She was widely mocked and criticized online, including by supporters who were like, "You can't do this." I can't use some of the language that was used in some of the tweets. People like at Rolling Stone, E.J. Dixon, who was like, am I the only one who thinks that this is really stupid? And there was an expletive in there. The dress is ugly. She's at a 35,000 person event, and it isn't nearly the own she thinks it is. And again, they brought up the dress is ugly, but okay, whatever. Lots of people commenting snidely on the lack of masks and social distancing in this opulent indoor event in the middle of a pandemic. But as was true of Obama's indoor bash, COVID wasn't invited to the Met Gala. And these are sophisticated people who aren't in danger. So nothing to worry about there. These are the sophisticated. As a matter of fact, it's COVID that is looking and going, hey, I can't go in here. You know how, like, when we go into a restaurant and you're wearing a mask, or you're forced to wear a mask inside of a restaurant, and then you take it down and you take a sip, or you're not wearing a mask inside of a restaurant, but outside you have to wear the mask, or vice versa, whatever the case may be in the COVID's like, that person's eating. You can't really go into that. Yeah, okay, that idea. Talk about ridiculous. But you wouldn't
I'm not the expert.
I didn't say, okay, I wouldn't expect anything less. But again, these are the things that we get to see. These are the things we get to call out. Many times people have said to me, you know, enough with the hypocrisy, enough with the talk about the hypocrisy that we see. What are you going to do about it? And that's what I ask Republicans. Certainly whether it's Antony Blinken, Secretary of State, Capitol Hill, and the discussion about what happened there in Afghanistan and those issues. The talk of taxing the rich, and here we go again with how we're going to pay for the trillions and trillions of dollars of spending and some of the spending that isn't happening. May I remind you that there is trillions of dollars on the sideline right now. There is money that has not been spent through the CARES Act that is sitting there. The eviction moratorium that we talked about, and how there are renters now who are starting to get evicted from their homes, from places that they've been. They haven't been paying rent. And now landlords are like, time to pay up. And there are landlords that have been complaining as well. How many people have actually tapped into the money that was available, the billions of dollars available through the CARES Act, even in the state of Florida? And the answer is minuscule, tiny, small. Very few have tapped into that money. Why? I mean, if it's available, why haven't people tapped into it? Didn't know about it. How could you not know about it? Shouldn't that have been front and center in the discussion in the eviction moratorium, that there is monies available for you through the government to be able to pay, unless they listen, I'm just going to say this, and you could take it anywhere you want to take it. But boy, if you don't know it's there, then you don't use it. And if you don't use it, this is something that maybe down the line you might use for something else. What's that called? What's it called when you go to a 7-Eleven and you walk into 7-Eleven and they have these really large cups, and there's a machine that you would put the cup underneath, and it's got all this ice stuff in there. What's that called?
Like a soda fountain?
No, well, not soda, but it's got all ice, and it's got flavored ice. It's called an
icy.
No, what else is it called? It's not an icy. It's a. Come on, help me out here. When you go into 7-Eleven, you don't. Thank you. What's it called?
Slushy.
Slush fund. That's it. Slush fund. Yeah. So see, if you don't spend the money, but you still have the money, you may want to use it in the future for something. Hey, what's a couple of $1 trillion between friends? What's a couple of dollars that we could give to places like California to make it look like they have a surplus? I'm sorry. Did I say? Wait a second. Oh, wait a minute. I just got a text. It's not a slushy. It's a Slurpee.
Okay, whatever.
It's the same thing. Correct. It's a slushy. Well, who's got the brand? Is there a brand slushy? All right, help me out. I know.
And there's icy too, right?
All right, well, let's go. Just get this out of the way quickly. 239-479-5592. Get it out of the way quickly. Let's go. Somebody call. Who's got ices? Who's got slushies? Who's got Slurpees? Please just identify what they are. Just call and let me know so I know, so we can get this out of the way, because people are now blowing up my phone. But again, that money is not being used. We're told that there is a surplus in California. No, there isn't. They got money from the federal government. All the blue states got bailed out, just like we knew was going to happen with the CARES Act, with all these trillions of dollars floating out there. They all got bailed out so that they could pay off their rich and friendly friends, the rich and friendly friends, as it were. Look at what's going on in California. today, a big day. You know, you've got the recall of Gavin Newsom possibly. Don't know if it's going to happen because Democrats are involved. If Democrats are involved, that means there's shenanigans, right? Went to El Camino High School to vote, and they said, you already voted. I said, no, I haven't. And they said, yeah, it's been happening all morning. What? Voters in the San Fernando Valley claim they were told already that they voted in the gubernatorial recall election, even though that's not really true. I mean, is there a reporter that's been there on the ground to hear this?
We spoke with several concerned voters here in the West San Fernando Valley who believe something wonky had been going on at places like El Camino Real Charter High School in Woodland Hills. This place opened up as an early polling location, open 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily, but several people tell us they showed up to vote this morning in the special California governor recall election and were told that computers showed they had already cast their ballots. So what? Staffers, they say, were apologetic and helpful, but those voters we talked to are extremely concerned, suspicious, and wanting answers. California native and current West Hills resident, 88-year-old Estelle Bender, spoke with us just a short time ago.
No, come on. It's California. Democrats never cheat in elections. Everything's above board. Come on. That's so... I mean, what is she going to say?
What happened today and how shocked are you?
Very. I went to El Camino High School to vote. Got there at 10:30, gave her this, and she scanned it and said, "You voted." And I said, "No, I haven't." And she said, "This has been happening all morning." The man next to me was arguing the same thing.
She's 88 years old. I mean, look at Joe Biden. He barely can tell what he's thinking or saying or doing or where he is or what time the Jell-O comes out for lunch.
Not a joke.
It's not a joke. Come on. So what? There's another person that's there. Said the same thing. Yeah. So we've got that floating out there, but no big deal. I mean, we got slush funds filled with money for blue states and Democrats and donors to be able to help out to keep a governor in office because he's doing such a great job. 239-479-5592. So that's out there. We've got that going on. What else do we have? Oh, hey, by the way, this is kind of a big story. I don't know how many of you have an iPhone right now. How many of you have an iPhone? You have an iPhone? Do you have an iPhone? How about you, Jake? Jake the Millennial. Do you have an iPhone?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of a big deal. It wasn't too long ago that we were talking about the concerns that many people had with this Pegasus software that was being used to get into people's personal information. It's an advanced malware that infects iOS and Android devices. It allows the operator of the spyware to copy messages, photos, calls, and other data, including secretly activating microphones and cameras, and you don't even have to click on it. If it gets to your phone, it works. You don't have to click on it for it accidentally to happen. Nothing like that. This was a story that was back in June or July that we talked about Pegasus. That there were 600 government officials and politicians from over 30 countries, an Israeli tech firm, Pegasus developer NSO Group is in damage control. They were in damage control at the time, trying to figure out, well, how did this happen? This was made available secretly to people to be able to use this, but not to get out publicly. And ultimately, it did. Dozens of stories exposing hacks now of all kinds of individuals. French President Emmanuel Macron, Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Morocco, even Hungary, all kinds of activists, journalists, phones being hacked into with this malware that, think about it, it goes to your iMessage And once it's there, it automatically can get into your camera, automatically can get into your messages, automatically can get into your phone and find out anything and everything it wants to. It can pull it all out. And today, Apple just put out, a request for people to update the software on their phones because they are now trying to stop this hack from taking place. Some might say it's too late. This story that I read was back in July. What are you shaking your head about, Jake?
Well, I mean, if they developed software that is literally no-click malware, you think that they can't somehow bypass whatever they're about to enact with their update? Nice try, guys.
Yeah, well, it's already September. I can't do the math. July, August, September. It's already been 2 months. And they haven't done anything. So in 2 months, what kind of damage is there out in the interwebs, in the ether, from people who, I don't know, maybe they have Hunter Biden's laptop information, but nobody wants to talk about that.
Yeah, nothing important on that.
No. Wasn't there a story out? The FEC said, no. There was with Twitter, the FEC, right? Federal Elections Commission said, hey, when it comes to the Hunter laptop, Twitter, and not talking about the story during the election and kind of hiding all of it from Twitter. No violation. Everything was fine. Twitter's good. They could pull all the Hunter Biden information down. Nothing to see here. Yeah, that's true. Again, we have a crisis of trust, not only in this country, but globally. It's really hard to trust anybody right now. It's hard to trust our government. It's hard to trust, in some ways, people that we are told are the ones that are the arbiter that is all good and true when it comes to our medical decisions. When we have Dr. Fauci.
I'm sure you've answered this before. Forgive me for repeating the question. Do you have a percentage in mind of Americans that need to be vaccinated before we reach a point to really suppress this virus and actually be on the winning side of things? Is it 80%? Is it 85%? Is it 90% of Americans?
Joe, we don't know.
We don't. Yeah, I'm done. We're done. We don't know.
And, anytime you give a number, someone will poke holes in it. The one thing that I say, and I think it's as close to the truth as you can get, is you will know it when you see it.
How are we going to get herd immunity? You'll know it when you see it. I'm not going to give you any numbers because people will poke holes in it. Boy, I'll tell you what, you can move goalposts forever with that way of thinking. We're never going to be out of this. This is now, you want to talk about a forever war. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the forever war of COVID. There is no forever war in Afghanistan. There are not going to be any forever wars across the globe, but we will have a forever war now with COVID. It's not going to go away because the goalposts are now moved in such a way that Dr. Fauci can tell you this morning, 18 plus months after this, we have no idea when this is going to happen. Herd immunity, have no idea. We have no clue. You'll know it when you see it. You'll know it when we give you your freedoms back. I'm taking it now. Sorry. 239-479-5592. DrewSteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast. At DrewSteele.com, there's a subscription link there. We'll just go to your favorite podcast location. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
It's all right here at 92.5 Fox News. We've been right all along.
I'm Harvey Massey. At Massey Services, we know every lawn is unique and requires customized care. That's why our environmental approach includes aeration, which allows water and nutrients to reach the roots of your lawn, as well as an irrigation program which ensures proper coverage and reduces water waste. With Massey's Green Up program, you'll enjoy a healthy and a beautiful lawn year-round. That's Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
I've been asked, did you plan on becoming the largest injury law firm in the world? And the answer is no. We set out to be focused on our clients and to have a commitment to trying cases and winning. And when you have those results at trial, you're able to settle most of your cases quickly and fairly. Hard work and client satisfaction was our plan. It worked. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
In business, it's never just another day. Every day is the day. That could bring your biggest order yet, or a new cyber threat. Whatever the day holds, with Comcast Business, you'll be prepared. With a network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. Comcast Business Security Edge to help protect your connected devices, and a dedicated team available 24/7. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a fast and reliable internet and voice solution for $35 each a month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Or ask about our best deal on a gig speed bundle with a $500 prepaid card. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com to learn more. Offer requires enrollment in paperless billing and autopay through My Account. Ends 9/19/21. Restrictions apply. New customers only with 35 megabits per second internet and one voice line. Early termination fee applies. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change.
For eligible individuals 18 or older only. Not available in Oregon or West Virginia. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With hearing aids from Lively, everything is done remotely in the comfort of your home, from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better. With Lively, you get premium Bluetooth-enabled hearing aids at thousands less than you'd might expect. The best hearing aid technology is now affordable and convenient. Your hearing aids are sent right to your door. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week, no charge. Ah, you people at Lively are wonderful. With Lively hearing aids, you get free shipping, 3 years of follow-up care included free, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage. You can't lose. I hear better than I ever thought possible. Now get $100 off your hearing aids when you go to listenlively.com/radio. That's listenlively.com/radio. listenlively.com/radio.
Attention Medicare recipients. My name is Todd Van Owen. I live, work, play, and volunteer here in our community. New to Medicare, the area, have questions about Medicare Advantage plans, supplements, prescription drug coverage? Need a primary care doctor or specialist? Call me, Todd, 896-3100. Unlike football and TV personalities claiming to know Medicare, I've got over 20 years of local experience educating and enrolling folks in Medicare plans. Call me, Todd, at 896-3100. That's 896-3100.
Hey, Sean Hannity here for DeVoe Cadillac. Now, you all know Cadillac is synonymous with quality. In fact, it has been the icon of American-made luxury vehicles for over 100 years. Now, DeVoe Cadillac has been in business for over 50 of those years. Now, they serve Southwest Florida as a family-owned and operated business. They've done it the whole time. The DeVoe family has embraced the same commitment to quality that Cadillac represents. Listen, I could drive whatever I like, and guess what? I choose Cadillac again and again and again because I love my Escalade. I really enjoy the comfort, I enjoy the safety, the style, and that's why, let's see, I've already purchased over 10 Cadillacs in my life, and my go-to dealer in Southwest Florida is DeVoe Cadillac. Now, I know they're going to take great care of you and your new Cadillac with expert service from the people who know it best. Get to know our friends at DeVoe Cadillac, your Cadillac dealer right here in Naples.
Lusk, Draysites, and Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk, Draysites, and Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit LDTlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk, Draysites, and Talisano. LDTlaw.com.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital.
So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Heading out right now through I-75. Major backups because of 3 different crashes between Palm Beach Boulevard and just past Colonial Boulevard. At mile markers 138, 137, and 135. There's one in the median with injuries near 135, causing major backups. So watch out for delays there and avoid the area if you can by taking Ortiz or Treeline Avenue southbound. Also still dealing with backups along Oil Well Road westbound. 2 different crashes out there right near Palmetto Ridge High School and causing slowdowns approaching Corkscrew Elementary and Corkscrew Middle School. 75 South also seeing delays in Collier County, heading past the county line toward Immokalee Road. Immokalee Road itself backed up all the way from 75 through Logan Boulevard. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. Well, after a drier start to the day, look for a few showers and storms possible by late this morning into early this afternoon, but the main chance won't come until after 2 p.m., where scattered thunderstorm chances will continue on into early this evening. Look out for periods of heavy rain and frequent lightning as highs top up near 92 degrees for today. Wednesday, similar setup with another dry start to the day. Storms mainly for the afternoon with the high of 91 degrees. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
The news you need, the host you trust, getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Steven Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
It's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page. Do you feel American pride and want to shout, God bless America? As a son of immigrants who came through Ellis Island, I stand when the national anthem plays and get emotional thinking of those who have sacrificed for America's greatness. At Stevie's, we're filled with gratitude for our great customers and the country we live in. The firemen, police, emergency service, construction workers, and those who go about each day providing the foundation for our country. We love our customers and express our gratitude with our food, service, and value. Thankful for your dedication for what you do. And to all our great customers, show your love for this great country by going to any Stevie's. Stand at the bar and say loud and clear for all to hear, God bless America, and I'll buy you a 10-ounce beer. Restrictions apply in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. God bless America.
Steven Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
Nobody wants a middleman coming between you and what is important to your family, like your home's water. And that's why I love Pentair Water Solutions, the pros. You know my buddy Max, and you should call him now and get your free digital Pentair water diagnosis. So you live in Southwest Florida. You can smell the water coming out of the faucet. It's awful, that chlorine smell, the skin in your hair drying out. It's a mess, and your hard water staining your faucets or shower glass. We've all experienced it here in Southwest Florida. The toughest city or well water issues, don't worry about it. And the middleman issue. Listen, with Pentair, there are no middlemen, no dealers, no distributors. They make the system so you have a Pentair water expert in your home, and you can be assured of the right solution for your water at a true Pentair factory direct price. It's a big difference that you will see for yourself. 239-880-7799. That's 239-880-7799. And this month, you can save up to $600 on softeners and salt-free alternatives. So give them a call today or book online at pentair.com/Fort M.
Can I see your pre-plan, please?
Before you reach the pearly gates is the best time to consider your plan. Harvey Engelhardt Funeral Home will provide peace of mind that lets you set and forget, relieving stress and decision-making on loved ones when the time comes. Ensure that your wishes are honored and relieve your family of guessing what your intentions were. There are many reasons to pre-plan, including a price guarantee and transferability. Harvey Engelhardt can arrange monthly payment plan options with automatic withdrawal. Your loved loved ones are relieved both of the financial responsibility and the burden of decisions at your passing. Planning is what we do for when the time comes. Harvey Engelhardt will see you through from beginning to end. We also have comprehensive military honors options for veterans. Pre-planning is the ultimate gift of selflessness to the surviving spouse and family. Please call us at 239-936-2177. Harvey Engelhardt, we're here to help.
License number CCC 1333045.
Did your roof weather the storm? Don't let leaks linger. Count on Crown Residential Services for all your roofing needs. Water damage can quickly become a big problem, but the Crown team is just a click away at crownroofing.com. Repairs, replacement, free estimates, and the Crown Guard maintenance program, so you can be prepared and stay prepared. Count on Crown for rapid, affordable, quality roofing solutions. Go to crownroofing.com. That's crownroofing.com.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. My name is Drew Steele. His name is Jake the Millennial. That's the title he goes under. It helps to get the ladies. I'm sorry, just one special lady. Let me not do this. One very special lady.
Yeah, don't get me in trouble.
I know. One singular lady that is very, very special in his life. And we're so happy that you're joining us this morning. 239-479-5592 if you want to call and comment. Whatever you want to talk about, good or bad. Hey, listen, if you've got questions about some of the things that I've been talking about this morning or anything in general, if you just want to bring it up, I'd love to hear from you and finish out the program with that, certainly. And we're going to get into a lot of the headlines. We'll sweep through some of what's going on right now, kind of driving by some of what's been popping on my news feeds and just give you an idea of what's happening. But first, the top 5 audio clips of the day. Here we go. It's the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
Drew's 5 at 8:35. Number 5.
It seems to me crazy that a year and a half into this, I can still get on a plane to Boston or California and nobody's going to check me. Do you think that needs to change?
Well, that's under consideration.
That's under consideration. That's MSNBC. One of the hosts there, hosterettes, saying, hey, listen, I don't know. I just been to Europe, and I can tell you right now, you can't go anywhere without proof of vaccination or a negative test. No way would we allow people to travel. And I can't believe I can get on a plane and head to Boston right now, and I'd have to do that. What do you think about that? And there's the Fauci saying, oh, it's under consideration. Which is really good to know that it is really about what the Fauci says, no matter what anybody else says. It's really going to be his decision. It's in his hands, and that's no.
Number 4.
What happens when China and Russia and Hamas and Hezbollah and Al-Qaeda and the Taliban, they continue to press forward because we have an administration that doesn't know how to confront an adversary, understanding that they do not respect weakness, they only respect strength. And it is so greatly unfortunate, the consequences, and I believe that you, sir, should resign. That would be leadership.
He yields back. There's Lee Zeldin yesterday talking to Secretary of State Blinken and mentioning all the things that have gone on with Afghanistan and saying, listen, the best thing you could do is resign. Why don't you just do that? That would be true leadership.
Number 3.
I guess my feeling at this point in time is maybe we need to
be completely a little bit more scary for the public. Then there's another comment is I completely agree. There are many people still hospitalized that we're considering post-COVID, but we're not counting in those numbers. So how do we include those post-COVID people in the numbers of the patients we have in the hospital?
Yeah, how do we make the numbers bigger? How do we inflate the numbers? How do we take the post-COVID people, include them into who's in the hospitals and who's there right now to make the numbers look bigger? That's not just somebody who's sitting on a Zoom call who's making these calls and decisions and saying things and is like, I have no power, I've got no juice. No, that's in North Carolina. That's a doctor who is discussing ways in which they can make the COVID numbers look bigger and to scare you. Literally her words. If you don't get vaccinated, you know you're going to die. It's a binary choice. You're going to get it and you're going to die unless you get vaccinated. That's it. That's what they're talking about. And we're trying to find the trust. We need it. We have a crisis of trust in this country, and we hear things like this coming out of North Carolina. I worry about whether or not it's closer to home. I hope and pray that nothing like that is happening. But man, when you hear that, it's unbelievable.
Number 2.
Do you have a percentage in mind of Americans that need to be vaccinated before we reach a point to really suppress this virus and actually be on the winning side of things? Is it 80%? Is it 85%? Is it 90% of Americans?
Joe, we don't know. And, you know, anytime you give a number, someone will poke holes in it. The one thing that I say, and I think it's as close to the truth as you can get, is you will know it when you see it.
I'm just being truthful. You'll know it when you know it. We don't know when. We don't know when herd immunity is going to hit. We're just going to have to wait and see. Could be a long time. The war on you and COVID continues.
Number 1.
How many Afghans not meeting the qualifications of SIV have been brought to the United States? Prior to, I want to know how many Afghan citizens came to the United States that had not met the qualifications for special immigrant visa?
We're in the process of
No. How many? How many? How many did you bring? You were just at Dulles. How many did you bring?
We will have, by the end of the month, we will have brought a total of approximately 60,000
that have not met the SIV process.
Some of those will have been through the SIV process. All of them, regardless of SIV status, will have gone through rigorous security checks. First at the transit points outside of the United States.
It'd be nice if that was done before we brought these people to the United States of America, Mr.
Yeah, nothing to see here. You can trust us. They're going to be rigorous checks on these 60,000 people that were brought from Afghanistan at Dulles. That is Congress just lighting up Antony Blinken. Wait, hold on a second. 60,000 people that we still have yet to vet that are here right now. We have Americans in Afghanistan that we can't get out, but we have 60,000 individuals right now that we still need to have vetted. It hasn't been done yet, but don't you worry. Everything's going to be just fine. Nothing to see here. Move along.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
It's unbelievable. It's absolutely unbelievable, some of the things that were discussed yesterday. Lee Zeldin talking about how better off you would resign, talking about the specifics there of 60,000 individuals who have yet to be vetted. How many Afghans not meeting the qualifications of SIV have been brought to the U.S.? Admitting 100+ Americans still there in Afghanistan. I mean, could it get worse? I mean, it started off bad enough. Why wasn't he there with congressmen who are there in the room right now?
Mr. Blinken, assuming it's not classified, can you tell us where you are today?
Yes, I'm at the State Department.
Oh, couldn't be bothered to come down here and see Congress. All right, that's great.
Sir, excuse me, sir. My understanding is that the House is not in session, and that's why the session is.
I'm right here, Secretary. So is the chairman. So is the ranking member. We're in.
What do you mean it's not in session? We're right here. We're all here. Who would tell you that? Unless, of course, you're trying to have this idea, this narrative, this vision of the pandemic is still raging. And we can't be in the same room at the same time. It's just impossible to do this. Although, you know, you've got AOC at the Met Gala wearing a fancy dress and it says tax the rich on the back. But of course, it's $35,000 to be able to get in to this big Met Gala event. But whatever, and no masks. That's out there. Look, at least they're not talking about LGBTQ issues in Afghanistan, as if the Taliban is even thinking about that. At least we didn't go down that road.
As you know, Mr. Secretary, the LGBTQI community in Afghanistan is extremely vulnerable to punitive actions from the Taliban.
Yeah, we went down that road.
It's important, in my view, that we take steps to ensure that those who would be subjected to violence or worse because of their sexual orientation or gender identity are safe.
That's a Democrat, Cisalone, who's asking the question of Antony Blinken, steps that we're going to take to ensure the safety and security of these LGBTQ individuals there in Afghanistan. What steps?
Well, thank you for very rightly putting the spotlight on concerns about the LGBTQI plus community.
Hey, could we put the spotlight on Americans that are still there? Could we do that instead? Or maybe we could do both. Hey, could we do both at the same time? Is that too much to ask? Yeah, that was brought up. A little bit of that. And look, you can't go a day. You can't go a minute. You can't go a second without somehow, some way, making it all about Donald Trump.
Did we have a plan to get Americans from all over Afghanistan to Kabul and out in an orderly way? How meticulous was the planning for the Trump administration declared May 1st withdrawal?
Thank you, Congressman. We inherited a deadline. We did not inherit a plan.
So no plan at all.
Yeah, no plan at all. No, we inherited. We didn't inherit a plan. Really, of course they're going to blame Trump. That's going to be the pivot. But even on top of that, something I brought up earlier, and man, I'm just telling you that what I'm about to say to you, please take this to heart. Please incorporate this into your own life. Please listen to what I'm about to tell you. It's a big deal. Can we see the information? Really, there was no plan in place. Nothing at all. Like they just said, hey, we're going to make a deal we made a deal with the Taliban. Everybody, we're getting out. That's it. There's nothing on paper. There's nothing there to see. We didn't, we sat and we talked to Trump officials. They didn't have a plan. Really? Can we hear more about that meeting? Can we see that? Can you prove to us that that's the case? I need evidence. I don't trust you. I don't believe you. I don't believe Democrats half the time. Listen, I hate to blame every Democrat. I only throw Democrats all together because if you're a Democrat who's insulted every time I do that, I'm just talking about your party. Listen, this is your affiliation. You're affiliated with a party that's doing all of these things and then some. And if you get mad every time I affiliate you with being a Marxist, communist, socialist, leftist, that's your party. And maybe you should think twice about where you're at. But this is important. From this day forward, no longer should we just accept what the media tells us, what politicians tell us. I don't care who they are, what side of the aisle they're on. I need proof every time you tell me something. It's the third time I've mentioned this morning because it's that important. When Jake brought up the story about what we heard just a couple of days ago in Alabama, a heart patient who died because 43 hospitals turned him down in Alabama because they were filled with COVID patients. And he perished because he couldn't get a hospital to accept him. 43 out of how many hospitals in Alabama, Jake?
86.
So almost half the hospitals in the state of Alabama turned him down.
Probably more than half, actually.
Can you show me the proof of that, please? No, I'm asking the AP. I'm asking anybody who's done this story. And I will come on this radio tomorrow, whatever day it is, and I will humbly apologize for bringing this up. But can I see the rejection from every single hospital that this gentleman had to go through? Because I don't believe it. I do not believe that half the hospitals in a single state could not take in a heart patient because, number one, because they were overwhelmed by COVID patients in their ICU, and number two, that a hospital would do that full stop. I just don't believe that hospitals do that. Just keep kicking a patient down the road until eventually they're no longer a problem because they can't breathe any longer because they're dead? I got a problem with believing that. I just don't. And I think it's incumbent upon us to take that extra step. I need proof. You got to prove to me as a local, state, or national media that what you're telling me is the truth and you're not just spewing it off of AP. You're not just ripping and reading it, because I don't trust AP. I don't trust CNN. I don't trust MSNBC. Hey, listen, there are times where I'm not really fond of some of the things that Fox News National is saying. I'll say it. I'd like a little more. I'd like a little more in there. I don't want it something out there just to be convenient. I need more from everybody. Sorry, that's just me. And we have to do that here. We have to do that in our own lives. We have to do that locally. We have to do that with our sphere of influence, our bubble, if you will. School boards. You know, we're told that the Lee County School Board now is planning to add the opt-out back into the issue of mask mandates. And so now the parents' rights will be there front and center, and you don't have to mask up the kids. If you want to opt out, you have that choice until what? Until the school board does this again. As Representative Spencer Roach mentioned, a few people that have been talking to him saying, look, behind the scenes, politics are at play with this issue. And that there is this deep-seated hatred for DeSantis and by default Trump and by default you. And there are people who are claiming to be Republicans on the board that really aren't. And there are people that are claiming to be Democrats, and they certainly are, who all have the same mission. That they don't want to be told what to do. That they don't like the positions that this governor takes. And they are more than happy to go against this governor politically because, you know, they'd like to see him gone because they want a little less pressure on them. They're more about the unions, the teachers' unions, than they really are about the kids or about this governor, certainly. And so I am sure that this is going to come up again. As Spencer Roach mentioned, they're going to be doing this again because they're going to want those masks on those kids because they say so. It's not about what you say. It's not about your choice. It's about their decision because they know better than you. I'm doing a little Joe Biden whisper there. They know better than you. I kind of like that whisper. No, I actually don't. But again, it really is on us to really question, ask the questions. All right, we got time for a call or we got to go? Yeah? You want to take a call? All right. Hi, Frank.
Hey, good morning. So you just made a quick mention. I got an email last night. Happy news. As of today, the kids can go back with the opt-out again.
Yep.
So, I mean, I'm excited. My daughter was screaming she's fifth grade. My son's happy he's in ninth grade. So, I mean, they don't want to wear the mask. This is crazy.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's I would love to say you are right and enjoy this. I would probably say enjoy this while you can, because I'm just telling you, you have a board that's not on your side. You have a board that's going to do this again. They're going to bring it up again. They're going to make sure that it's not going to be this way. And so...
Yeah, this is only during the appeal, so...
Yeah, so we'll see. Listen, Frank, have a great day.
Hey, good morning. Listen to you later.
I'll be on podcast later, so I think that's what he's talking about. Frank is saying he'll listen later. Either he'll revisit at drewsteele.com to watch the program once again, or he will go to the podcast, which is there. You can subscribe at drewsteele.com, or just go to your favorite podcast location. And, do that. Subscribe. All right. Glenn Beck is next. Have a great day. Let's find out what's going on with the remainder of the forecast with Wink News meteorologist Casey Sherman.